Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. It's slam.
It's a slam, everybody.
All right, Paul, let's go.
All right, let's go. We got a 2-minute countdown going on right now. Defund the Thought Police new t-shirts. Right here, baby. Boom. On sale. See you in the next minute or so. Hope you guys are doing well. Just getting here. Tell people to come on in.
That's better. I go.
All right, today's membership goal is Cinco. Five. We want 5 new members today. I got Fletcher Williams coming up in 40 seconds to kick it off and say hello to you guys. Fletcher, I want you to say hello to everyone in the chat. Bring up comments, all that good jazz. Then at the top of the hour, Derek the DA is joining us. We have pop culture items. We have political items. Action-packed stuff. We'll see you in a few.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Boom! ¿Qué pasó? Ooh, we got some people in the house that are coming in early. Hola, Latinos. Hola, Julissa. We got Bonzo in the house. ¿Qué pasó aquí? Oh, Bonzo. Let's see who else we got in the house today. We got Senor Vizinger. ¿Qué pasó, loco? Oh, we got Johnny Gonzalez. What is up? Thank you for being here. Let's see who else we got over here. We got Q-Bird. ¿Qué pasó? We are live. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. So we got, boom. Oprah Kamala, 2 voices out in. ¿Qué pasó, Equalizers? What's up, Primo? Woohoo! Yeah, we're going to get to it. We are going to get to it. It seems like it's been kind of crazy. It's been kind of crazy going on right now. But all the memes with and Harris, right? I mean, it's just been kind of crazy, right? It's just like what exactly are they doing? What it is? It seems to be kind of weird, right? I mean, it was a whole lot of stuff that happened with that. It just. I don't know. I mean, everybody's getting called out, you know? I mean, you got this over here. Of course, there's going to be tons of ads. There's always tons of ads here, but Kamala Harris gets called out by Oprah Winfrey for dodging questions in Michigan campaign again for offers. No problem. I don't know. Is Oprah calling people out? You know, did you guys see this? You know, it's like Kamala gets called out by Oprah Winfrey for dodging questions. Mission campaign event. Dodging questions. That's literally like, hey, Chunky tortilla soup. What? Slat brought to you by Chunky tortilla soup. What are you gonna do? Hi, Team Saludos desde Ciudad Mexico. ¿Qué pasó, chilangos? Yes, if any Chilangos are checking us out, please like, subscribe, and share the link. Thank you so much. Well, Bissinger, no sabía que estabas en Jalisco. Woohoo! Jalisco. No wonder Viz is always fighting because Jalisco nunca se raya. We got tortilla soup at home. That's what we do. We do have tortilla soup at home. But I don't know what you guys think of this. I mean, it was a little bit crazy, this whole thing, and it didn't look kind of weird. I mean, the whole thing looked a little bit like weird with the people in the background. It just felt like unusual. Even like the colors, right? It's almost like a Batman set or something, right? I mean, I don't know. Am I just seeing it? Is it just me that thinks it looks a little bit like a Batman set? Maybe not. I don't know. It had all the, the little bright colors and stuff like that. It, just like, it's our overlords. What would she even say? I don't know.
District attorney, a wife, and mamala to
Okay. She said mamala. I mean, I thought we were getting in trouble for doing the voices, right? Is it just me? What's up, Lord Todd? How you doing, bro? Thank you so much for hanging out. What's up, Lord? Oprah ready for autumn. She is. She's leafy. Cam's comic book villains. Yeah. But okay. In all fairness, I mean, okay, check this out. We all get in trouble for mispronouncing, Kamala, and my wife always gets me on it too. And I understand, it's one of those names. It's not everybody's used to it. She's not, I call her Vice President. VP Harris is so much easier not to get in trouble. But Kamala, okay, come on. Kamala, I've never heard this Kamala. Please chat, fact check me. Did you hear Kamala anywhere on the Interflex, anywhere on the interwebs, anywhere? I never heard Kamala. Never. And she is looking like a pumpkin spice latte. That's what fall does, bro. That's what fall does. All right. So
senator to vice president, please welcome Kamala Harris.
Wow. Yeah, it was interesting. We're gonna cover this with Paulie in a little bit. But I don't even get it how it was going on that one. But you're back.
Are you having a post Mamala syndrome?
Mamala, have you ever heard Mamala? I've never heard Mamala.
Okay, well, first of all, you got to be very careful on how you say Mamala.
Right?
And I did hear that. I have, and that's it's coined by their whole campaign. So they're trying to make her everyone's mom. That's why the whole thing. That's why it's part of her thing is I want to make the first thing I want to know is, are you okay? They're trying to.
Okay.
They've been trying to normalize her and make her more friendly to voters, and it is working a little bit. So we'll get into those numbers, but lo and behold, it is working. I mean, not as much as her campaign would like to. But wow. Yeah, man. So how's everyone in the chat? What's going on?
Woo-hoo.
They're still going on over there at Midnight's Edge, so I'm like, I gotta take off. So hopefully some of those guys will come on over. But
nice.
I see some wonderful members in the house: Lord Thoth, Julissa, right. Johnny, ¿qué más?
We got I
got a member little okay, so members. And if you become a new member today, let's make myself big for a second here. I got a couple gifts for you. If you're a Transformers fan, all right, I have two gifts I'm going to give away to our members. One is this Optimus Prime poster. I hung it up so you guys can see. So let me know if you guys are interested. I went to the fan screening and got a couple of a couple of cool little gifts. And this is just for members, so you got to raise that hand if you want it. And then a Transformers #1 here, Transformers 1 Hasbro comic book. Transformers 1 Hasbro comic book. I am gifting these to our members. Okay, become a member now, and yeah, you too can win. You have the original of that comic. Yeah, this is not the original. This is definitely not the original, because they have the whole 40 years of Transformers, Transformer 1, the movie. I really liked it. I realize it goes off from lore a little bit. What do I know? I don't know much. But yeah, so that is a little special membership, little gifty there, Fletch.
Nice, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And you can become a member for less than a pumpkin spice latte.
Yeah, what do they say? Any suggestions for an alternative to pumpkin
Yeah.
spice latte? Rose fire. I mean, I'm really getting into teas lately, right? So there's orange spice tea, there's chai latte, which is great. I make the chai. I'm trying not to say chai tea, because I realize I'm saying TT.
TT.
Yeah, because chai means tea.
Yes, chai means tea.
So I would I'm doing peppermint tea every morning before I have anything to eat and before I have coffee. So hopefully, Rose Fire, good to have you here. We can do that. So besides the coffee considerations, what else we have going on, Fletch?
Well, everybody we were kind of getting into the hilarity of the Mamala, and how the set looked like a bit of like a animated Batman show. So I was like,
yeah, we're gonna get into that. That's one of our main political items, is the celebrity endorsements at that Oprah Fest, Mamala Fest.
Mamala Fest.
And we're gonna get into that, and I want to get into that with Derek. Derek, the DA, is gonna be joining us. But yeah, that's good. Also, too, you guys can vote. We have a penguin voting thing going on. What's that all about?
Right. Yeah. So with the new show coming out and you watching it, we put together a poll saying, will you be watching the Penguin show? So we got number 1, yes, with monocle and an umbrella. 2, no, they can make a Batman show. 3, maybe waiting for polished reviews. Or no, we got Pinguinos at home.
I will give my review shortly, really fast. Snortopoopas, how are humans and other critters? Member of the channel, Johnny Gonzalez. Hola. Vinny, what's up? I'm a Transformers fan from the 80s. Lord, well, let me send you one of these. You want the poster? The poster's pretty cool, man. I got to tell you. Poster's really cool. Look at that.
Nice.
I'd love to send it to you, Lord. Just let me know, because you have been a great member of the channel. All right, my friend. What else? Because I'm going to go into a little bit of an opinion to start things off.
Go ahead.
What do you think?
Let's do it live.
Let's do it. Well, we've been live.
Well, yeah. That's it.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.
All right.
All right. Well, I want to thank you guys again for being here. It is I believe our 7th episode of Voto 2024. Every Friday, we're going to be here. We may even do a poll later on in the show, asking if you want more political live streams in the month of October. We're almost there, guys. Almost to the finish line, and but I'm getting a lot of good responses to the political stuff that we're covering. But we're going to cover some pop culture news right now. So on the channel this past week, we've gotten a lot of response from the videos that we did on Mana, trying to cancel out Nicky Jams, and the John Leguizamo speech he gave at the Emmys. And we also got several people that didn't like what I had to say, that even said, you better look out, Polly, because when your side loses, he's assuming he knows what side I'm on, that they'll be hell to pay because you are fronting or supporting the wrong person. Okay. For all those that feel that way, I want to let you know an adult has walked into the room. That's me. I'm gonna play the adult. When you have conversations, it is a known fact that you cannot learn anything while you're speaking. So I just like you guys just to listen. It's what I do when I grew up. I'm a little older. I know a couple more things. I'm not better. I'm not less than you. I'm just letting you know. The adult has entered the room. Point of my argument in regards to Mana canceling Nicky Jam, saying we don't work with racists, is that they condemned him publicly. It's a libelous act, what they did. And it's becoming more and more second nature for, I'll say both sides. I'll say both sides. I really don't care. Whether you're on the left or on the right, if you don't like that other person's opinion, not only do you don't disagree with them, but like an impetuous child, you turn your back on your friend. You cancel them out. And you make sure that anyone that hears you that you want them to do the same. You might even go to their employment. You might even write letters to their past employers, to their friends or friends of. Did you know? Did you know that person did this? Did you know? That type of childish behavior is coming from you're completely motivated from a place of fear and a place of your approval. You want people to approve of you. You want to be with the in crowd. Now, I said I will listen to all sides. I will listen to all your opinions here. You won't get that at other channels. I will actually listen to you, but I'm going to disagree. Right? And just because I disagree doesn't mean I agree with, let's say, a Nicky Jam in promoting Donald Trump. It means I agree with his right to. And that is the whole point of the argument, is that every person has a right to their opinions, to their freedoms, and to their political choices. Now you're saying, yeah, but they got to suffer the consequences. Consequences of what? Of you not liking, of your feelings being hurt? You're acting like a child. And children have been running this country far too long. If you don't like it, I don't know what to tell you. Maybe you can learn something from it, because like I said at the beginning, listen. Just listen. I didn't take down some notes, but just listen. Because what I'd asked Mana in that video, the great band Mana, was to tone down your rhetoric, because you unleashed so much hate to Nicky Jam that it would have been nice for one. I don't know if you went and talked to Nicky Jam. You collaborated with him years ago. You obviously were friends, collaborated on a professional level. Maybe you guys could have had a conversation. And if it was fruitful, maybe you guys could have disclosed some of that information to your fans. Or maybe, I'll tell you what, Mana, acted like an honorable adult and consummate professionals and not said anything. It's like, I don't agree with that person. That's all right. I don't need to make anything. My fans, my Mana fans, know where I stand. But that's not what you did. The other thing I would have liked you to have done is, now that you unleashed hell, Mana hell, it would have been nice if you guys would have went on to your fan base, your websites, and say, you know what, guys, tone down the rhetoric. Don't go after Nicky. He doesn't deserve this. We don't agree fundamentally, but we agree that he's got a right to state his opinions. So that's the Mana thing. And, if you cannot handle different opinions, then that is a you problem. Finally, with this John Leguizamo blowback, I'm I don't think I've ever seen a more virtuous, more DEI, and it's not the way you defined it, John, more DEI speech ever in my life than what you did the other day. And I just didn't like it. I don't want our people or our ethnicity or, to be held up as piñatas at a Hollywood show saying, look, we nominated you Latinos and you got this and you got that, you got this. And what did you do? They didn't win. They had one win. It was embarrassing. What are you going to do? A speech where it's going to be, let's get the white guy out there. Can you imagine like a Gosling going up there and say, oh, yeah, man, it's so great to see that Irish girl and that Caucasian girl. It's like, no, they just talk about achievements in their talent in their category. That's what I want, to where it's just about what they achieved, about what they earned, not about, hey, we got this Latina here and she did this Mexican thing there. And, oh, we got the first trans Mexican and I don't know what. You totally handicapped that artist to the greater audience that barely watched you. No one was watching the Emmys. To where you're like, oh, they're what? I'm not going to watch them again. Where it's like you can't just let them be there amongst their peers as they should be because they earned that nomination. And it was talking about Pauly, but he does so much for the Latino community. He does so much for our rights in Hollywood. He's been a pioneer. He's also worked out of his ethnicity on roles in which I love. He won an Emmy in the 90s. He's won Tonys. This guy is an incredible talent, John Leguizamo. However, if you truly want change, you need to stop placing ads in the New York Times and start walking the walk. Gather money, do the hard work, and go produce your own movies. Go produce your own TV shows. It's funny because Brandon Lorne Maxwell sent me the video he did on Film Courage. He's a filmmaker that did American Homeboy, and it's finally coming out on Apple TV. Incredible story. And I'm listening to this interview, and he's just talking about what they did. And I'm like, this guy has got more merit, more honor, more hard work than that Leguizamo speech thought they could achieve. This guy achieved it. This guy sold out 27 movie theaters across the country. What did you do, John? Besides, you're complaining to the peanut gallery in Hollywood. So those are my opinions. I'm not saying you can't have your opinions, but you're going to come after me like a child. This is what you're going to get. The adult has entered the room. And his name is Pauly. And that's my opinion. Hi, how are you? How are you doing? Okay, what do we got in the chat really quick?
All right, really quick. I think one more Halloween theme over political stuff. Anxiety is high enough. In my life lately, I'd rather listen to talk about fictional monsters instead of real life ones.
Ooh, well, we'll try to keep you happy. Fridays, we usually get a little more political. Monday nights are our pop culture interviews, all that's good stuff. But we're just happy you're here, Rosefire.
Lord Todd said, Pauly listens. That needs to be a T-shirt, It's just like Pauly listens.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
We got Julissa saying exactly, and that's why I respect and admire you, Pauly. Oh. What? Johnny Gonzalez, member of the channel, says, that is why I like and support the Latino slant, straight, honest, genuine talk. That also could be in a T-shirt.
Well, we try to be respectful, too, because, even those people that were leaving some, crazy comments, I said, I disagree. I don't even know how to answer this, but hey, thanks for commenting. Make sure you're subscribed.
There you go. Got to tell them to hit the notification bell. Hey, and YouTube is messing with the algorithm.
That's hilarious.
The
Yeah.
Equalizer says we have children thieves, con artists, psychopaths running things in this country for far too long.
Yikes.
That is so true.
Mm-hmm.
Bobby's World, thank you for joining us. Haven't seen you here, but John
Yeah,
has
Bobby's
always
World.
been a child for the past decade. He gets upset ever since he couldn't get jobs anymore. I don't know. Dude seems to be working a lot.
He does work, and listen. Yeah, go on.
Yeah,
I hear you, Bobby. I hear you.
yeah. And we got a member of the channel, Justin Redshirt. Hola.
Hola. All
Thanks
right.
everybody for being here. Yeah.
Okay, I want to remind you guys again, we have a goal: 5 new memberships. It starts at $2.99. They can be gifted. They can be all that stuff. 5 memberships is a goal today. Thank you so much. All right, our special guest is here. He's the DA. He just got over 20,000 subscribers. He's local. He's crazy.
Yo, what's up, fellas? How's it going, man? What's good, Paulie? I haven't seen you in a minute, bro.
What's up, man? Did you go to the movies the other night?
I was yeah, we went and saw what was it? The Substance. I saw The Substance.
Yeah.
Man.
I saw it Wednesday night.
You saw it on Wednesday?
We went Wednesday to Burbank. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I was at Burbank last night with Chris,
Yeah.
Dante, a couple other cats.
Really fast.
Yeah.
Let's get your take on Substance. You know, like
Look, it's good. It's a good movie. It's a good movie for about maybe 3/4 of the movie. It was a good movie. But the last, pretty much the last act, it's just way too much, man. It gets into the excess. It's just weird. It's different, but it's weird. And it's, we were talking about it. It really comes down to almost like somebody that wanted to kind of just, I don't know what the word is. I don't want to be too crass, but it was really just excessive. It kind of meandered all over the place. It didn't know how it wanted to end. So, you got an interesting story about, looks and how, these actresses, how they are with their looks and how looks have really taken over, an industry. So even somebody that, in my opinion, didn't look bad at all. Demi Moore looked great, in her, older age, just fine. But she felt the pressure. Dennis Quaid, man, his role he was hilarious, man. I love Dennis Quaid in this. He was hilarious. But, basically she just, said, well, I need to be younger. I need to look younger. I need to be a better version of myself. And so we get into how she goes about doing that. And then there's this almost, I guess you can say, internal war between the new her and the old her. And that's kind of where everything was good. Like, okay, it literally was. And it's a good, that was good. That was the good stuff. But then it just kind of got excessive at the end. And it's just like, what is this? And so I think the director, honestly, had a good story up until that point. But at the very end, it just kind of went into like schlock territory, man. It was just pure schlock, pure nonsense, And the body horror, I don't mind body horror. It doesn't bother me. But, you really have to do, you really have to do something with it. And they did for a while, but then they just it just went into excessive territories. And it's just like, all right, now you lost me, So
yeah,
good movie. Like I said, maybe 2/3 of the movie was pretty solid, but then the last half or the last act just I lost me. I was like, all right, this is dumb now,
Yeah. Okay. I definitely from the beginning to end, I don't want to say enjoyed, because enjoyed is I enjoyed Transformers 1, right? I had a great time.
Right.
This one shocked me, but I was captivated the entire time. And I said this in my review. I think part of that is because I'm so connected to the business because of girlfriend being a working actor, and day in, day out, how she has to deal with beauty and looking young.
Right.
It's not a myth. This is real stuff.
Oh yeah.
So that to me was awesome. And then of course it morphed into this grotesque thing at the end, literally.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I mean by it just kind of went excessive. And like I said, the director had a good story. I thought the story was good. I thought the commentary was solid. But I think the ending just kind of lost me, because it's like, okay, now we're just talking about, like almost pretentious in a way, like, how over the top she went with it, you know. And I
Sure.
didn't know anything about this director. I
French
thought the
director.
actresses did a good job.
Yeah.
The one young lady that I remember from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the
You know
younger
who
actress.
her daughter is? She's the daughter of? Andy
who is that?
McDowell. Andy
Oh
McDowell.
wow, okay. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, she's a beautiful woman.
Beautiful.
Demi Moore is obviously still beautiful.
Yeah.
So yeah, I thought that the two actresses and Dennis Quaid, both or all three of them were great, phenomenal, great performances. But at the end, I was just like, okay, now we're just getting silly. It was just like we're just getting silly at this point, and it lost the message to the point where I'm like, hurry up and get the movie over with. All right, it's
Sure.
like, all right, I get it. Can we go ahead and put an end to this? And it just kept going on and on and on. It was like, golly, man, how long is this thing gonna go? I wish it was like maybe about 20 minutes shorter, because I think they made their point. And you know, I'm not going to give any spoilers, but they made their point when the two kind of finally get together and they start. That's when they made their point. So they should have left it alone at that point. But you know, they have their own vision, and I respect the story that they were trying to tell. But I just think it kind of went too long. So that's my review.
Nice review, man. Yeah. Check out. Is your review up? Did you do a review? Is it up on your channel?
No, I hadn't reviewed it. No, so yeah.
Well, don't see my review. It's up now.
Yeah, go watch Paulie's review.
You know what mine is an audio review, because I got out of there so late because we went to a 9:30 show of it.
Ooh,
and you know it starts like by 10 o'clock, so it's 2.5 hours. So I was driving home and I had the audio on. So mine is an audio review, and
okay,
yeah. Wow. It's one more thing I'll point out too is the whole thing of billboards in Hollywood. That is right on the money, and the narcissistic obsession with seeing yourself on a billboard is
yeah.
Wow,
they played that very well in this movie. They did a good job playing upon that.
Okay, DA, you're our special guest, right? So I know we have limited time with you. So I want to give you your choice of topics. All right, let's just do this right now. Do you want to go pop or you want to go political?
Let's do political.
Okay, so from the political bag, here's what I got. What would you like to do? We got Chris Rock. You know what? Let's just do this one. Let's do this one. Did you know Chris Rock, Bryan Cranston, and Ben Stiller praised Kamala Harris yesterday?
I did not know that, but I'm not surprised.
Well, we got the video for you, man, my friend, and we are going to put this up. This was I think like a TV production of some sort, Fletcher.
Oh wow.
They called it a rally.
Yeah, so this is basically what they're trying to do is this called like I guess it's like a internet rally or something.
Infomercial.
It's totally like an infomercial, because you have them on, you have a paid cast inside the thing.
Yeah.
You have like weird screens with like people that are supposed to be like on Zoom. But it looks very creepy. I mean, everybody's wearing these bright colors. I mean, earlier we were joking about it because, she looks like she's a pumpkin spice latte there. And it was just like the colors. It was like
fine.
Everybody looks like right. Everybody's like a Joker thing, man. It's like
that's not nice. That's not nice.
That is kind of a weird setup. So what are all these people in the background on these videos? I haven't seen this yet.
Okay, so what they did with how they started this is they went and did, hey, we have all the groups here. Finally, all the groups are together. White dudes for Harris, black ladies for Harris. So they started with the virtue signals. They started with identity politics. All the groups are here, Derek, and they're either on the Zoom here or they're in person here. So that's what her introduction is here. Let's listen to a little bit of this.
Train lovers for Harris Waltz. I didn't know there were train lovers. Train lovers, chefs for Kamala, love that group. Republicans for Harris, love that group even more.
So you get the idea, right?
Okay.
So now let's go to the celebrity endorsements.
As I recognize, there's Bryan Cranston. Hey, Bryan.
Hey. Hello.
Where are you? Bryan Cranston. I hear Chris Rock is in the house. Chris, where are you? Chris Rock is in the house. Ben Stiller, Jennifer Lopez, Tracy Ellis Ross. Jennifer Lopez! Where are you, Jennifer? Yes!
So there you have. You got all the celebrities chiming in. Everyone's happy. Everyone's love. All that stuff. Any thoughts right now, Derek?
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised. I mean, it's a bunch of Hollywood people that are going to support, the Democrats, and they're going to support, Kamala Harris. I mean, not surprising. Not surprising at all. This is their political slant, from Hollywood. Hollywood elites that are not connected in any way to the common, normal human people, regular Americans in this country. They're not connected. They're disconnected. They live in a bubble, and they're going to rock with what their political ideology is inside that bubble, which is 1000% Democrat. And it's been that way for a while.
Okay. Let's hear what they have to say.
What do you want to say? Why did you want to join us here tonight?
I'm just smiling from ear to ear, Oprah. I have never felt this much joy and optimism in a campaign in a long time. So I'm just so appreciative of Kamala to be able to bring back that sense of optimism and to squash the cynicism and the vitriol and the rancor that just seems to be floating all around Washington. And I hope that we're going to ride this wave into Washington. I'm here to support. I can't be happier than this candidate. I think she's going to be a terrific president.
You hear that? Joy and abundance. Getting rid of the rancor out of DC, because Bryan Cranston knows how politics works, because he's played a judge.
That's how he's getting his political opinions, from the roles that he plays. Look, man, all of this nonsense about joy. Like, what is this nonsense about joy? Who cares about joy? Hey, am I getting joy because my grocery bills are going up? Why don't we talk about some policy instead of all of this emotional nonsense, man? Emotions are not going to do anything when it comes to getting, the prices of food down, and getting everybody the quote unquote opportunities that they claim to care about. These people have nothing. These people are fine. They have all the money in the world. They're going to be just fine. Let's talk about some actual policies instead of just getting these people out here spitting joy and happiness. And I mean, that's not going to put bread on the table, man.
Well,
I'm so tired of this nonsense, man.
Another joyful celebrity, Chris Rock.
Of the United States of America. We've been in the streets. What do you want to say, sir?
I've always been a fan of Kamala, even back when she was running for. I remember writing her a check when she was like the district attorney for something. Maybe it was to get out of a parking ticket or something. But I've been writing her checks for a long time, and I just want to bring my daughters to the White House to meet this Black woman president.
Y'all hear that, man? This is why I don't watch political stuff, man, because
you came on the wrong day. Where today's a political.
Yeah, I guess so, man. I guess so. I mean, you heard the man. It's not about anything that's good for America. He's been writing this woman checks that he don't even know what she's been running for, why she's been running for it, what her policies are. These cats, guarantee you, cannot tell you anything about her other than the fact that she is a quote unquote Black woman. That is it. That is all. They don't know anything else, bro.
Let's just go back to what you said. They probably can't even tell you how much a dozen thing of eggs.
They don't know.
They don't know.
They got people buying the food for them. They got somebody running hey, go buy some food. Here's, whatever amount you need, put it on the card or whatever.
Well, they probably won't get food from the same markets that we go to, because they're the high end stuff.
Yeah,
right.
Like, look, the one thing about inflation, and when inflation is going insane, is that these guys are the ones that have the money to kind of withstand all of that. They can, I can pay a little bit more for my groceries.
Right.
If groceries go from $100 a cart of groceries to $200 or $300, no biggie. Right. All right. For us, that's a huge amount of money. For them, It's nothing, okay? Because they're millionaires, all right? They live in gated communities. They got maids and, butlers and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that any of that makes them bad people, but it does make them kind of disconnected from the common man. They don't really understand who we are. And so it's real easy for them just to say, oh, I just want to take my little girls to the White House so I can meet a black president. And it's like, who cares about that? Like, that's why you're voting for it. That's why you're giving her money so that you can have your photo op with Kamala Harris. It's like, what are we talking about here? We're not talking about anything of substance. We're talking about joy and taking my kids to the White House. Like, that's what matters. When everybody else is like, I need to be able to pay bills. All right. I need to be able to set up a future for my kids, my family. We don't have that, And this is why this country has gone to hell in a handbasket, because people are voting like this. They're voting for absolutely the wrong things. Instead of voting for, substance, we're voting off of emotions and off of feelings. All right. Feelings is why we're voting. It's ridiculous, and so here we are. All right. Struggling.
One more, and then we'll take the celebrities. One more.
I heard you were on the Comics for Kamala, and so I want to know, were all the Comics for Kamala trying to outdo each other with jokes for Kamala when you were on for Comics for Kamala?
They were, and I didn't outdo anyone. I was probably the least fun of all the comics. But it was really, it was great though, because everybody was so energized. And I got to go to the convention and see her speech, which was just incredible, and feeling that energy, feeling kind of going from a stop Trump mode into a go Kamala mode, the people starting to, really hear what she's about. And, I have a 22-year-old daughter, 19-year-old son is going to be voting in his first election. My daughter's, her reproductive rights are incredibly important. Standing up for.
Thank you, Ben.
Well, honestly, that's the first time that anyone's mentioned anything sort of like an issue,
like policy or something.
A policy, which is reproductive rights, which are now states issue. It's with the state. It's with your state, right? So there's now, I believe, 20 states that have banned, as far as abortions, and as far as other reproductive rights, So yeah, man.
But you're like you said, man, it's a state's issue. It should be a state's issue. That's kind of the way, in my opinion, how you fix a lot of the, these major, problems where we have division in this country. It's like, look, bring it as close to the people. All right, let's get it back as close to the people as we can. And don't have some overarching federal mandate that says everybody has to do it a certain way when it comes to certain things. Now, there's certain things that you can definitely have the federal government say, hey, you're not going to have slavery anymore. Okay, that's just like across the board everywhere in the country. We're not going to have that. But, for certain things, it's like, look, these are contentious issues. Hey, go down to the state level. The federal government's going to stay out of it, and then let the people kind of move where they need to move. So if you live in this part of the country, or if you live in this state, here's our rules. You don't like these rules? Hey, you got 49 other states to choose from, and find a place that fits perfectly for you and your family and how you want to be. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's actually sensible. That's a sensible way to handle this. Bring it back to the states and let the states decide. And then you can go and vote in your local elections and figure out what you're going to do in your state. Leave everybody else's state to do what they want to do in their state. And you can just vote with your feet. You can just move where you need to move. There you go. Okay.
Well,
and that's to me is the best way to handle this whole situation with stuff like abortion.
And majority of Americans, men and women, are with you on that. That's why he did what he did.
Yeah.
Some people don't like it. You guys didn't win. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It goes to the states. Go fight for your rights on the state level. But now we get rid of the celebrities, Derek, and we go to a couple that actually asks Kamala a question. How do you think she did on answering the question? What's your take?
I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen any of this. So let me know what the question was. And
Here we go.
Are joining us on Zoom from Pennsylvania. And I understand your sister and brother-in-law moved in and you're hoping to save money to have a second child.
That's right. Hi, Oprah. Hi, Madam Vice President. It's nice to be with you all.
Yes.
Hi.
And so what did you want to say to the Vice President?
So, Madam Vice President, we are, like many, many young Americans, just experiencing a very high cost of living. We ended up giving up our apartment, moving in with our parents who were so gracious to take us in for over a year so that we could save money and ultimately buy a home, because that's what we thought the American dream was, to get married and buy a home and have a baby. And now here we are, and our mortgage is incredibly higher than what we thought it would be. And my sister and our brother-in-law are living with us right now so that they can hopefully one day do the same. And while it's beneficial for us because they help us pay off some of our mortgage, it's also beneficial for them because they can save on cheaper rent. But we really would love to know what your plan is to help lower the cost of living.
Look at that face, man. She's scared. He looks scared, like, oh crap. I gotta answer this question. Holy
Wait a
crap.
minute.
I
I
don't
thought
have
I
an
was going on
Wait a
Oprah.
minute. Something ain't right. Listen. Wait a minute.
Those
My
people-
earpiece is not working.
Those
Hello?
people are not celebrities.
Yeah, these are real people with real problems, okay? Real actual Americans that are saying, hey, under your administration, cost of living is skyrocketed. What you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? I would love to hear her answer.
Well,
because I don't think she has a clue as to how regular people live.
And to me, this is softball because this is a Democratic couple. You're on the Oprah thing. You know, this is easy for any politician. You should have that answer. If you're running
Just
to
like
be the
that.
leader of the free world, you best have answers. That's it. Policy. That's it. All right, you guys ready? You guys ready?
I'm
for
ready, man.
All right, here we go.
Yeah. First of all, thank you both for being here. And yours is a story I hear around the country as I travel. And in terms of both rightly having the right to have aspirations and dreams and ambitions for your family, and working hard and finding that the American dream is, for this generation and so many recently, far more elusive than it's been. And we need to deal with that. And there are a number of ways. One is bringing down the cost of everyday necessities, including groceries. So that's why I'm taking on, for example, price gouging, which is when, most companies and corporations are good, but for those bad ones, they take advantage of people, especially during a pandemic or extreme weather, and they end up jacking up prices, and there needs to be accountability and consequence for that. So I'm going to be taking...
There already is. That's illegal. And that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
That actually, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, like, before we get into, like, I guess there's more to this, like her entire, like, presence, you could tell she's struggling. She's struggling to try to connect to these people. And she's just trying to remember the answers that somebody told her to say. You can see it all over her face. She doesn't know what to tell these people. She doesn't know how that she's going to present it. Okay, what did my handlers tell me I need to say when somebody asks me this question? And she's trying to regurgitate all of that stuff right now. Okay, that's how fake and phony this woman is. Instead of just saying, you know what? All right, here's what I think, and just giving them a real human, answer. She's struggling and she's going into the word salad that she constantly goes into. And you just don't trust, you just do not trust what is coming out of her mouth because it feels rehearsed. No, you don't. It feels rehearsed. It feels pre-programmed. And okay, when I get this question, this is what I say, and like you said, Paulie, talking about price gouging, it's like that don't happen. All right. That doesn't happen. So how is that going to help anybody? That definitely doesn't happen with these grocery chains. That's where her initial attack was.
Well, she just
go ahead.
She also didn't hear their real situation. It's like, how many people do you have under this household?
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking she's getting to that. All right. Because I'm listening to
I would have said right away, okay, I'm going to do this.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
We're going to drill because you're into fracking. She's in Pennsylvania. That's your voter.
Yeah.
We're going to drill. We're going to bring down the cost of gas. That's going to help your family out day one. Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
There's so
Boom.
many different ways and avenues that
many.
she could address this stuff. But again, she's going into the memorization of, okay, what did my, advisors and handlers tell me to tell people when they ask this question? And it just, and you could see she's struggling to remember the answer. You can see her eyes kind of darting all over the place, and she's hemming and hawing, and she doesn't have an answer for this stuff.
Right.
It's pretty pathetic for somebody running for president to be performing like this at a town. I guess it's a town hall, but it's pretty pathetic, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
On price gouging. But it's also about dealing with what we need to do around home ownership, right? So as someone mentioned during this film, look, I grew up a child of a mother who worked very hard. She raised me and my sister, and she saved up. And by the time I was a teenager, she was able to buy a home. And we grew up actually for a long time in an apartment on top of a childcare center that was owned by the woman we called our second mother, because she helped my mother raise us. And she was a small business owner, Miss Shelton. So I'll bring all this together to tell you the way I think about it is, one, when people work hard and have a dream of buying a home, we should give you the opportunity to be able to do that, which is why part of my plan is for first-time homeowners, buyers, to have a $25,000 down payment assistance.
Well, that screws them out. That's good for her sister, but they already own a home.
I've been looking at the husband's, like, the look on his face this entire time. The husband is this exact look is the look he has had the entire time this woman has been talking. Yeah, it's literally he's like kind of giving like these little half-hearted nods, but for the most part, he looks exactly like this. Like, this chick don't know what she's talking about. Yeah. She's not even answering our question. Yeah. She's not doing anything for us. You know, I guarantee you after this interview, he went back to his wife and said, "What'd you bring me on here for? Next time you do this crap by yourself, don't bring me involved with this, because I don't want my friends like, bruh, do you really believe Kamala Harris and all that nonsense she got through saying to you, bro? This chick has no clue. Man, but look, the whole thing with the first-time home buyers getting money. So what is she going to do? She's just going to print a whole lot of money once again. All right, because where's that money coming from? Where is that money going to come from?
Where is that money coming from?
Right. She's going to print it. That's what they do. All right. You can either print or you can borrow. You can't borrow because the market is messed up if you borrow it, and people are giving their bonds back to us. So you're going to end up printing this money. And where's the supply? The problem really is a supply problem. If you're talking about supply and demand, the reason that the demand is so high is because there's not enough supply. You know, we need more homes. We need to get the regulations out of the mix, allowing home builders to build, and build out a lot more homes. And then you'll see that problem kind of fix itself. But they want to keep control over this and have everybody attached to the government, drive up our national debt. Like, that's basically what these idiots want to do. And that's the reason why everybody's like, oh, Kamala's going to give us more money. And it's like, that's not the solution. You can't just throw money at a problem. You got to understand where the root causes of these issues are. And it's really not money. People are making more money than they've ever made. But in history, the inflation is too high. You got a supply problem because you have too many regulations in the housing market. That, in my opinion, is where they need to start trying to fix this.
You know, Kamala said, well, you just got to work harder.
That part. Yeah. Oh, if you work hard, just keep working. Like, keep working for us, the government, and keep paying them taxes. Man.
Just like my poor mom, who's a surgeon.
Right.
Because people just
I didn't get that.
To be able to get their foot in the door, and then you'll do the hard work. Part of my plan is what we need to do to support small businesses, because my second mother was a small business owner, and I love our small businesses and our small business owners. They are not only business leaders, they are community leaders.
You know what? She's basically has gone away from their question, from their reality. And she's talking about small business owners. Again.
She don't know how to talk to regular people. She don't know how to get down on the ground floor and said, okay, where are your problems at? All right, here's my policies that will fix your specific issues. All right, these are what your issues are. Here's how we're going to fix and address the things you just told me. But she doesn't know, because, again, she doesn't really have like policies of her own. She has talking points handed to her from her handlers on how she is to speak about this subject. But like her own policy, she doesn't have any. That's the big problem with Kamala Harris. She doesn't really, she's the face of, a group of people. That's all she is. She doesn't really have her own policies on how she's going to address a lot of this stuff. And so that's the major issue with this woman, as far as I can see. And you need somebody that is a leader, that has thought these things through and has an actual answer, and it can directly address the real concerns of people in this country. Kamala's not that.
Fletcher, let's not read all 20 of these. Just give me a couple as far as comments, and then we're going to go on.
All right. So Julissa Zare agrees with you that it should be a state issue.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sanders saying Chris needs to get slapped again.
Chris Rock.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh, Chris Rock.
Hey, Sanders says this couple's brain dead, literally supporting the same person that put them in this situation.
Mm-hmm.
And we got Johnny Gonzalez, member of the channel, says that is the best ad for the Trump campaign.
Wow.
LOL.
Let's thank our members. And I saw Nadia in the chat. Nadia is a new member of the channel as well. Hi, Nadia. She's got a great channel, guys. I want to thank all our members that are here. Ace, good to see you. Good to see you. I see you have a couple of friends in here as well. Derek, where's you had one friend.
Who was here?
What up, D8? Quentin Edwards.
Quentin Edwards, what's up, bro? Shout out, man. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate it. I put it out there in the chat. I don't know. I'm not too good on Twitter, man. So every time I tweet something out on Twitter, I barely get any reactions to it. So I got to be more active there. But yeah, I just shot it out there on Twitter and on my YouTube channel. So, if people come through, that'll be nice.
No, absolutely. It's great. All right. So let's go on to our next big one. There was a big, I believe, council hearing. I don't know what the names of these things. Border crisis migrant hearings. And I don't know if anyone got to see this. I don't know how much it made the news. Where it grabbed me was the gentleman that's going to come on and talk. He was with the border, worked for the border patrol, whatever, for over 20 years. And I want to play some of this for you guys, and we'll react and chat about this. Here we go.
Mr. Chairman, distinguished members, thank you for this opportunity. The only true consequence we have to slow down and discourage people from coming into the United States illegally is sending them back to their country of origin. Throughout the first 3+ years of this administration, I saw a steady decrease in the countries we could send people back to. For the first time in my 25 years, and under 5 different administrations, whether through neglect or on purpose, I saw a large-scale lapse in our ability to return people to their country of origin. The inability to send people home meant that most people being arrested for illegal entry would either have to be detained or released. The current administration, however, from day one, made a point of decreasing the amount of detention space available nationwide. Immigration and Customs Enforcement's funding for detention has steadily been cut and private detention eliminated. The fact that so many illegal aliens are being released into the United States spread worldwide very quickly. As this happened, the numbers the Border Patrol encountered illegally crossing the border increased exponentially. The impact to me and my agents were significant. Sectors were ordered to take in and process all the illegal aliens encountered on the border. The Border Patrol saw groups of hundreds and thousands coming into the United States and turning themselves in. These numbers pulled 80, 90, sometimes 100% of the agents on duty away from the border. Border Patrol zones across Texas, Arizona, and California had no agent presence for weeks and months at a time. Those who did not want to be caught could simply walk in. We have no idea who and what entered our country over this time.
Wow.
Throughout 2022 and 23, I sent agents to Texas and Arizona to count gotaways. Those sectors could not even put enough agents in the field to see what they'd missed.
Wow.
Simultaneously, in San Diego, we had an exponential increase in significant interest aliens. These are aliens with significant ties to terrorism. Prior to this administration, the San Diego sector averaged 10 to 15 SIA arrests per year. Once word was out the border was far easier to cross, San Diego went to over 100 SIAs in 2022, well over that in 2023, and even more than that registered this year. These are only the ones we caught. At the time, I was told I could not release any information on this increase in SIAs or mention any of the arrests. The administration was trying to convince the public there was no threat at the border. Fentanyl is another issue.
Yeah, go ahead, Derek.
Wild, man. No, that's wild, man. That's wild. The numbers that he just quoted, the fact that they can't even account for how many people got away. Like that one there, like they have like official numbers, right? Like here are the numbers of the official people that we've been able to catch and count that are here, you know, that we know came through our system, whether we released them or whether they're still detained. We know how many of those are, but they don't have a clue of how many people got away. Right. They don't know how many people came through and escaped into the country and they're not accounted for. We don't know where these people are. We don't know who they are. We don't know if they're alive, dead. We don't know if they went back on. We don't know. We just don't know. And, you know, in this type of world that we're living in, like where we've had attacks upon attacks in this country of different types, you absolutely need to know when people are coming in from another country, what they believe in, who they are. And we don't know any of that information. And that's scary. All right.
But Derek,
that's scary for everybody.
But we're racist for even bringing this up.
They're telling us no, nothing to see here, folks.
Well,
nothing to see here.
Right.
Yeah, they're saying there's no problem. What do you guys do? The border is just fine, you know?
Well, there's that. But then they told gentlemen like this,
and then they told them, don't report it.
Shut up.
Yeah. Don't say anything.
Don't say anything. So then this was a couple days ago, guys, right? This is a few days ago, this hearing. So this whole time, people who have questioned just the humanitarian crisis on the border, you know me, I'm very liberal when it comes to migrants coming to work, maybe too liberal. However, this proves to me there's something more insidious going on. When you are telling your own Border Patrol officials to stuff it, where are these people going?
Yeah.
What country, what states, what municipalities, what cities, what is going on? Are they all going to work in jobs that just, you know, the market, like no one wants to do those types of jobs anymore because the market says you got to pay me more, but no, we're going to get cheaper labor. Then that's an immigration reform that you all have to work out. And some of one of the sheriffs on here even said a guest worker program. We've done that before. Now, Derek, with the history degree that I have, you know, a minor in Chicano studies, was that these guest worker programs were only official when the U.S. government needed the workers. The 20s, the 40s. And then when we didn't, when times were tough, they got deported. And yes, sometimes U.S. citizens were illegally rounded up at the same time. The 20s, the 30s, the 50s. Operation Wetback was the last time that they put a label to it. Which is why I do not like Trump when he mentions this policy from the 50s and how, oh, it was so great, Eisenhower. It's like, yo, that's a lot of fucked up shit that happened. It wasn't great. You need to reframe your argument and convince people like me, who's an independent, why I should vote for you. That irks me. This does not. This is real.
I feel like this is the issue. Is we have to know who's coming and why. We have to know who's coming across. Why are you here? Like you said, a lot of countries, I guess, they used to just send them on back. Say, if you're here illegally, you're going back to your home country. That's how he started off talking. And now, you know, we're getting migrants or quote unquote migrants, immigrants, whatever you want to say. We're getting folks from all over the world. It's not just Latin America, South America, Central America. We're getting folks from Russia. We're getting folks from China. I saw a report where we had Chinese illegal immigrants coming over because people see it's like, hey, the border's wide open. You can get into the United States and you could just come in through the Mexican border. You don't no issues. Okay. And so we have to secure the border, and then we have to know who's coming over here and why are you here. If you're here to work, or if you're here, for some legitimate asylum reasons. Because I know a lot of people are coming over. Like I saw the African migrants that were coming over, and they're saying, "Oh, we're claiming asylum. Asylum from what?" A lot of the folks that I think of when I think of asylum seekers, I think of women and children. I think of people that are in war-torn countries that are, desperate and they're trying to get out. And that's what we used to think of when we think of asylum seekers. People like, if your country has gone to piss because of, the regime that has taken over your country, like, you should be fighting for your country. Like grown men or military age men, in my opinion, should be trying to save that country. So,
stay there, save the country. Right.
Yeah. Stay in your country and fight. Don't try to run from the fight and then leave. And it's all guys. It's like, where are the women and children? It's like I just keep seeing, there was like a video where it was just like a line of guys and they were just filming. It was a guy after guy
Young
after
men,
guy
right,
after guy after guy. And it's like, are there any women and children in this line? No. And they were talking about where they were coming from, and they were coming from literally every country on the map. So to me, you got to start with, who are you? Who are you? Where are you coming from? And why are you here? And then start, and really fine tune it. Watch everybody, know who they are. If you're coming to work, okay, here's what we got. This is where you got to go or whatever. And, you're going to have a very limited amount of time. You need to, be a good citizen where you came from, because what I've heard is, oh yeah, a lot of these countries have released a lot of their prisons. Say, hey man, you want to get out of here? Go to the United States. The border is open, and I'm like, what? So if that's the case, it's like, so are they just sending us their worst? Are they sending us their criminals? Are they sending us people that are lazy and don't want to work, and they're getting those guys out of the country? Hey, you can go to jail, or you can go to the United States, and they're going to, of course, come over here. And if the border's wide open, and then we have all of these gotaways, where again, who are these people? What do they believe? Are they here? What are they here for? Why did they come and cross oceans and deserts and other countries?
Okay,
what's going on?
Sure. Playing that a little devil's advocate is that there's always been that part that has come for the American dream, right?
And that's fine. And look, I actually have zero problem with people seeking a better life, and that's what this country should be about. It's shitty in your country. Come to my country. But you got to be vetted. I'm not just going to let somebody in. I'm seeking a better life. I don't know who you are. Everybody's going to come in and say that. All right. The criminals, the terrorists, the people that just want to cause mayhem and havoc, which we see a lot of right now in this world. Everybody's coming in for that reason. Everybody, of course, is going to claim asylum. Everybody's claiming, I'm just here to work and seek a better life for my family. I'm all in on that. But you got to come in the right way. It's got to be legal. There has to be a complete process whereby we can vet the people that are coming in. And, we only are going to allow so many. Because look, what happens is when you bring a lot of these immigrants, and you spoke about it earlier, a lot of these businesses that don't want to pay for the labor that man, we can just go and get illegal immigrants, pay them under the table, pay them less than what we would pay a normal American. Okay. So there's Americans here that are losing out because, well, I can, these big companies, and that's another reason why I think a lot of these companies don't have a problem with illegal immigration in reality is because they can get easy, cheap labor, which is bad for America. All right. And then it's also bad for those folks that are being exploited for that cheap labor. I feel like all the way around, that's just not a good situation. Bring folks in the right way. Give us an actual immigration process that makes sense and that doesn't leave us open. Like you start thinking about the cats that got slipped in here through 9/11. Like, who knows who's in this country right now? Who knows what they believe in?
Great conversations going on here, guys. Do us a favor. If you like what you're hearing, throw us a super chat, support the channel. We love that. Our guest is the DA. You got a couple more minutes with us?
Yeah. I got a few more.
Okay, so we're gonna show the other side now. This is I have this video linked in the video box description. It really is a great education. It's 3 hours long. I listened to it yesterday. I absolutely loved it. I want to hear you had Republicans and Democrats a part of this committee, and they invited 5 people on, right, including the gentleman you heard from. Here is a Democratic, I believe, Congresswoman. I'm not sure, but listen to her for a second.
Or no?
That's correct.
And you think that this Congress should do the thing it hasn't done in almost 40 years, which is actually fix the immigration system. Is that yes?
Fix immigration, look at the Farm Modernization Act, and consider getting these agricultural visas in place.
Got it. Well, I agree with those two things here. And I think that vilifying immigrants is really dangerous. And it actually reminds me that it reveals to me that we have a short memory here. In the 18 and early 1900s, Italians, Irish, Germans, and others from parts of Europe who are the ancestors of many of the people in this room, whom you carry their last name now with pride, were treated as less than human. And if our country today were to suddenly face increased migration from that region, I would be with you protecting them like hell. So it's really hard for me to watch the very same grandchildren of these people who were harmed, who were neglected, who were abandoned and starved, doing the same thing to others that were done to their grandparents, which is why every single chance that I'm in this committee, I'm going to remind you of your roots, and I'm going to remind you that our job is to create the kind of policy so that we create legal pathways so that people that come to this country from Europe or from Latin America are able to come here, yes, the legal way, without experiencing the things they do at the border.
All right, any thoughts, Derek?
I mean, again, I don't have an issue with what she's saying from the standpoint of this country has always been a country that has welcomed people from other countries, welcomed immigrants, welcomed people of various backgrounds coming for the American dream, even if that's all it is. Hey, I'm just trying to get the American dream just like everybody else. My country, I'm not going to be able to get that in my country. So I want to come to this country and try to see if I can, achieve that. I have zero problem with that. Again, it just has to be done a certain way where we're not just inviting, like, just come on over across the border, claim asylum, and there it is. That's the issue, is that you got people coming in and you haven't vetted them. And then there's people, again, like the guy said, that are getting away, that are escaping into the nation. You don't know who these people are. And then every single time we hear one of these stories, it kind of frustrates me because it's like, well, we hear a story where some immigrant illegal or otherwise, and really the illegal ones, if you're a legal immigrant and you come in, you could perform something. Look, at that point, that's on that individual. But somebody that came in illegally into the country and they you got the situation in Aurora, Colorado. I don't know if that, has been sorted out yet, but you got that where you had migrants taking over a apartment complex, and walking around with guns and, threatening, the property managers and all that. So you got that stuff. You got stuff going on in Springfield where they dropped Haitian immigrants. They just dropped 20,000 Haitian migrants into a city. And now everybody's kind of flustered. It's like, well, how do we deal with this new influx? And I mean, Springfield's not a big city. It's not like they brought them to LA, 20,000 people in LA, whatever, 20,000 people in Springfield. Like I think it's 60,000 people, or 70,000 people. Like it's a smaller town. And now everybody is suddenly in there, these Haitian migrants. And now you got to deal with whatever their culture is. They weren't brought in slowly where they were allowed to, kind of cleanly assimilate.
I think they were given emergency amnesty by the administration, which people still have a problem with.
Yeah,
because
that's the problem. You see, like all of these emergency acts instead of like actual policies that we are following. It's like quit doing stuff on a snap. It's you gotta do it the right way, man.
And then there's that side that so there's that side too that's always going to say, oh, we gotta be careful on how we're talking about these humans,
wording it.
And listen, I actually fundamentally agree with that, and I used to be one of them in that regard, but in growing up and just seeing the world as it is, and how we just all the limited, what just how things work. It's like we need limits. We need a reform. And let me say this again. It's like no one's here to vilify, people that are, like you said, that are trying to come here, trying to, whether it's legally or illegally. For me, in regards to let's say children of these illegals who found themselves that, oh my God, I'm illegal as well.
Yeah.
Then they're like dreamer kids. Like it gets really complicated. But again, I'm not talking about that when I'm looking at this, right?
Mhm.
And I think when we get too lost in the woods over wording, we don't get anything done.
Well, yeah, and look, we both live in the LA area. We know, I know plenty of people that were not over in this country legally. I know a ton of them.
Yep.
Okay. I mean,
Yep.
my father, he owned his own business. And, you know, again, if you own your own business, a little small business, and you need some work, you're going to run into people that are here just, hey, look, I just need to do a job. What is it that you need me to do?
That's
I'll
it.
take, you know, this
No
or that,
questions
whatever. My
asked.
father
Boom.
had those kind of
Mhm.
employees. You know, he did
Mhm.
that. And I mean, that was what he had going on in his time frame. Okay. So again, I have a heart for people that are over here working hard, trying to get, you know, what they can get for their families, and they're doing it honestly and legit, you know, as legitimately as they can. Obviously, if you're here illegally, you're committing a crime, and you
Sure.
need to sort that out
That's
first. You
different.
need to
Right.
sort that out. So, but just on the broader scope of that conversation, it gets back to, okay, so how do we deal with this? You know, again, they're talking about creating pathways for citizenship. What they're talking about is just let everybody come over here. It's like, whoa, time out. No, we can't be just
We
letting
can't. We
everybody and
can't.
anybody
We
just
can't.
walk across the border. That's crazy. Okay. And then that leads to a lot more issues that
A
we're
lot
dealing
more
with right now.
problems. Yes, sir.
Right. So you got to be smart about it. You got to be very careful about it. Yeah. I think that language wise, you do have to be, you know, hey, we understand that not everybody that comes over here illegally is trying to do dirty business. You know, a lot of those are really legitimate, like, hey, I'm just
Yeah.
trying to get something for my family. We all get that. All right. But we got to move past that conversation into the conversation about the people that will come over here with nothing but bad news, nothing but, you know, hey, I got an
Bad
agenda of
intentions.
some sort. Right. Bad intentions. Thank you.
Mhm.
We got to start talking about those guys, because ultimately that's where the problems are going to occur. And then ultimately, all of this stuff really does hurt the country as a whole, because when you bring people into this country, and whether they're here legally or not, all right, you just got to remember, man, like, there are people that have been in this country that are struggling, you know? And like I said, I go back to trying to use immigrants for cheap labor. You know, I don't like that. You know, if you have a position at your company, you know, pay the people what they should make, you know, pay them what they should make, pay them what they're worth. And, you know, yeah, you're always going to try to do better. You're always going to try to get the cheapest cost, because, you know, wages are an expense. So you're going to try to do it as cheaply as possible. But when you have an influx of people, they're saying, hey, look, I'll just take any job and I'll just make whatever you're going to give me, then that kind of shortchanges other Americans, you know? And then I feel like that's where these businesses and these big corporations and everything, I think that's where they get over. And that I don't like, you know? Give us, you know, if you're talking about the common worker, you know, don't try to, you know, get your illegal immigrants in here so you don't have to pay a regular American, you know, because now it's like, okay, now we're competing against people, you know, that will take nothing or less than nothing, or as little as nothing as possible to do a job. And I'm like, but, you know, again, what does that do for the Americans, you know, and for the people that do need work? And the, you know, like the low, especially, you know, like when Trump was talking about black jobs, you know, what he's talking about is jobs that most people, you know, in the black community do, you know, whether that be, you know, truck driving, whether that be like a simple, you know, you have certain jobs that trade jobs, you know, electrician, plumber, whatever, like a simple job that you could learn the trade and you can go out and you can do. A lot of those jobs are occupied by Black Americans and not Latino Americans as well. All right. It's not like it's just a black job. It's everybody that can do some sort of a skilled, but not necessarily like highly skilled, but, you know, a good job. And it's an honest living. There's nothing wrong with that. And then what Trump is talking about is like, hey, these people are the ones that are going to be losing out. And these people are Americans, and they're replacing those folks with, you know, migrants from all over the world. And like, why should we be all right with that? You know, like, that's crazy to me. But the only people that are benefiting off of that are these big corporations and these other employers. And that's like, that's not cool, you know? So let's get that, you know, part, you know, cleaned up so that, okay, if you're over here and you're an American, you can, you know, or excuse me, if you're a migrant, you're, you know, you're competing with Americans, but everybody's kind of on equal footing at that point, rather than it just being one-sided, you know?
Man, I love it. I love it. I love it. Thanks, DA. Fletcher, let's read some of the DA comments towards him. that would be great.
Okay. I think we had one specific thing. So we got New York is offering $4,000 per family if illegal immigrants leave, paid through NYC DCF. Please verify if one wishes. So yeah, a lot of people were saying about this. Now.
So wait a minute. So New York is offering $4,000 per family if illegal immigrants.
Yeah. So now they have so many now.
Now they're paying the illegals to leave.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Oh.
That's wild, man. That's wild. But that's how bad the problem has gotten. All right. It's gotten to the point where the problem is beyond our ability to deal with it within, the framework of our own economy. And so now they're overrunning
city, right? It's a sanctuary city, right?
It's a sanctuary city, of course. Right. Yeah. Okay. But they need to pay these people to leave a sanctuary city because the problem is too big. I'm going to check that out right now. That's wild. That is absolutely crazy.
Right. Yeah. All right. What else?
Biden administration pulling a Jedi mind trick. These are not the illegals you're looking for.
Oh my God. All right.
Daniel T says, and it's just a relentless flood every day. Okay. Quentin, would those same people go to sleep with their front door open? I think it's
would those same people go to sleep with their front door wide open? It's interesting that you mentioned that, Quentin, because during that 3-hour video I was listening to yesterday, one of the Republican committee members was asking one of the more liberal sheriffs that, because the liberal sheriff was like, the border smacks of racism, the wall, it's racist. And they were going after it. They were going back and forth. But then they asked, like, do you have walls at your house? No. Do you have a front door? Yes. Do you close it? Yes. Do you lock it? Yes. Okay, well.
There you go.
Yeah. Just food for thought there, Quentin. But I hear you're saying. I hear you.
Asylum seekers equal fighting age man.
Yeah, to me, that's different. I've been saying this. That is something I've never, because honestly, I'm from the Southwest, Mexican American. I got paisa brothers, primos, that they come to work and then they leave. But like the jobs they're doing is like, from was it either from migrant farm working jobs, following the crops, or other low level, urban jobs, so to speak, right? But then they're gone, and then maybe they come back 6 months later. I don't know what. I've always been used to that. But
they didn't call themselves asylum seekers.
No,
right?
No way, no. And they wanted to go back home.
That's the difference. That's the difference. Yeah.
And so weird. But again, this is different, Derek. This I've never seen before.
Yeah. That's the problem. That's the major problem.
That's a major problem. All right, what else we got?
It says, are they all here for asylum? Just saying that means they automatically get in until the case is determined.
And then their case isn't seen for years. That's the problem.
Got a backlog. Yeah.
They got to get that fixed, man. And the problem with that bill that Kamala keeps bringing up is that it did in the bill, it does have legal aid there, judges there to on the border to speed up that process. It's just that they had so many earmarked money for going out of the country in that bill. That's why it was voted down. It didn't even make it out of the Senate.
What was wrong? And I don't know what your opinion on this is, Paulie, but the whole remain in Mexico policy, I'm not sure if you ever thought about that or discussed that. Was there a problem in that policy itself? Like, okay, you want to get in here, you've come through multiple countries because you're quote unquote seeking asylum. Okay, fine. You're trying to get away from, let's say, Venezuela. Let's use Venezuela as an example. You've made it out of Venezuela. You're no longer in, I guess, harm's way or whatever the case may be out of Venezuela. And now you're at the Mexican border. Okay, we'll take your information. We'll get you processed. We'll check on your asylum case. But while you're doing that, you're going to remain in Mexico At least I think that's how the situation works until we can get you processed and then we can bring you through. Was there an issue with that? Because that sounded like a kind of a compromise. If Mexico was willing to, allow you to come through their border in the first place as you were marching up, okay, coming up through, Central and South America and all the way into Mexico, if Mexico was willing to let you in so you could get to the United States, then maybe that remain in Mexico policy would have been a nice compromise.
All I know is that the numbers have gone down because Mexico has helped enforce their border down below the last few months, which I think is another deliberate action, right? Because they weren't doing it before.
Yeah.
But I think it seemed to me that just the best deterrent for now, until we get a comprehensive immigration reform, was you get caught, you go back. We close the border, you get caught, you go back to your country.
Yeah.
And if it's asylum one, and we're like you said, then I think you stay in Mexico. I don't know. I'm not on any level educated with that, and I do apologize, audience.
No, that's fine, man. I didn't know if you had, because that's something that I was just kind of wondering, and since we're talking about it, I didn't know if you had an opinion, but yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I just thought that remain in Mexico made sense, from that standpoint. Like, okay, if you're asylum seeking, like,
but
if that's
see,
what
that's
you're
the
claiming,
thing is that help me out here, Fletch. Even that causes problems with the Mexican nationals. Depending on
it's already causing problems with Mexican nationals, and it has like a big thing because Mexico does have a wall. A lot of this stuff, they come in through caravans that are, they kind of pay to come through. And a lot of people, sometimes they get off the bus to do the pictures thing and stuff like that, some of them, but a lot of the people are flying into Mexico. So a lot of people from China, a lot of people from Russia, a lot of the Arabs countries, a lot of African countries, they're coming through. They're flying into Mexico, and then they're going to like Juarez and all that kind of stuff, and then they come through. They just they toss aside their passports, and then they go through the border. And the stay in Mexico thing, what was happening is Mexico wanted money for that. And they wanted, like, basically, I mean, they literally, I think, called it reparations, if I'm not mistaken. Where
wow.
they wanted the U.S. to pay them for creating the problem because they said that the United States, since they can't even handle their own, I don't know if his exact word, but it was basically, says the United States can't even handle its own borders. Right. They should pay us to deal with the problem. And, so that was kind of like the thing.
And this goes right into this current story that just happened. Mexico, Obrador ups the ante against U.S., blames it for Sinaloa bloodshed. So, in a nutshell, we captured 2 drug cartel leaders through our own means, and that caused an all-out drug war of 2 factions in Sinaloa, killing, going after each other. And what does the outgoing president do? So Obrador blames the U.S. Right? I just saw this, Fletch, and I think, see, to me, it's all connected. This is all connected, right?
That's crazy, man.
And 30 people at least are dead this past week. Drug cartel violence terrorizing the northern state of Sinaloa. 2 warring factions. So what happened here? Recent surge in cartel warfare had been expected after Joaquin Guzman, son of El Chapo, landed near El Paso, Texas, July 25th in a small plane with El Mayo. El Mayo's the one they wanted. They got him. Right? So
Mexico is saying that the United States, they captured the son of El Chapo. Is that what
No,
I'm
they
understanding?
worked with El Chapo to capture El Mayo. So
El Mayo, I
El
mean,
Chapo's
okay.
son, did El Mayo dirty, so to speak, and that led to
This
now you
war,
have a civil war with these two
bloodshed.
factions. But here's
Yeah,
what Obrador said: claimed that American authorities carried out the operation to capture Zambada. It was totally illegal, and agents from the Department of Justice were waiting for Mr. Mayo. If we are now facing instability and clashes in Sinaloa, is because the American government, made that decision, he said. And he added, cannot be a cooperative relationship if they take unilateral decisions like this. Mexican prosecutors said that they were considering bringing treason charges against those involved in the plan to nab Zambada. Guys, this is why we are so screwed sometimes. Let's get some of your Mexican expertise thoughts there, Fletcher.
From my understanding, he was captured, and he is in federal court in Brooklyn, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And they're basically complaining about it because a lot of the people who are in the top, they come in and out of the United States all the time in their private jets. And I think this is coming more along the lines with the U.S. kind of fighting back a little bit from the border because of some slain U.S. border agents that happened. So, and the Sinaloa cartel basically using rocket launchers, drones, and
they're suited up.
Armored vehicles
suited up
against U.S. border, U.S. custom agents. And also, I think some missing U.S. citizens that were remains were found on the U.S. side. So it was a bit of a, pushing back type deal from it.
So this doesn't help. And this is all, to me, this is all on Biden and Harris's watch.
Yep.
Borders are.
The borders are. Do not come.
Yeah, borders are.
But listen, let's say you're a good-hearted Mexican, poor working class person trying to do their thing in Sinaloa. Then you got all this stuff going on. You're gonna flee, man. You don't want to. You love your country. U.S. is right there. We're gone. We're gone. Papeles here. We're gonna fake them, whatever it takes. But to me. Go ahead,
I think what needs to happen is,
yes, sir.
And maybe this is where United States and Mexico can maybe find some common ground. I don't know if they can or not, but if the United States government and the Mexican government can work together to kind of handle all of the crime and the criminal activity that's going on both sides of the border. Look, we got problems here too. But if everybody can kind of work together to kind of root out the crime, it might resolve some of that, where your regular normal Mexican doesn't have to feel like they got to flee the country to get away from all of that nonsense. Like, let's figure out how we can solve these criminal activity problems together instead of just trying to just let them come over. But then when
I'm going to stop
you open that up and you open that.
I'm going to stop you because that was Kamala's job. That was her job.
That was her job. Yeah.
And according to her, and I looked up the numbers, she raised over $4 billion with all these businesses, putting this money into different Central and Northern Latin American countries. And there's a list of the different companies. But what I want is what does that mean for the town that you're building the factory to those Latin Americans? Are they staying? Tell me success stories. You got to have success stories. By now, it's been over 3 years. You done raised all billions of dollars, which is fine. If you're going to the root cause, I think it's fantastic. But I want to see, where it succeeded, and I want to see where it failed. My heart is telling me, Fletcher, it went into Latin American pockets.
Yeah,
it went into
corrupted political pockets.
Yeah, and see, that's the problem when you're dealing with another government. Is all right. Are these people Are they on the up and up, or are
How do
they
we
trying
know?
to just, it's like everybody in this country, you got these politicians, they're just in it for the bag. They're just trying to make money. They don't really care if, you know, the problems get solved. As a matter of fact, I can keep running on the same problems that I will never solve. I will tell you I'll solve them, but I'm never going to solve them. I think if you're going to put like factories and businesses, and I've thought this out for a while, if you want to do that and put all of this business in Mexico, I think that's great. Send businesses to Mexico, cut off China. We're not dealing with China any longer.
No.
Cut them off. And now all of the everything we got, whether it's computer manufacturing, whether it's, you know, whatever it is that we're doing, medicines and everything that we've been outsourcing to China for years, bring that over to Mexico. Not only is it cheaper because you don't have to put it on a boat and freight it across the ocean. You know, you could just drive it on a truck across the border. Now it's cheaper. You're talking about saving money there. And if you get these good manufacturing jobs, whether they're computer manufacturing, these are good jobs. Put them in Mexico. And guess what? The people won't want to come across. They'll say the opportunity is in Mexico and say, hey, I'm staying in Mexico. Why am I leaving my country, you know, to go across to a foreign nation to work? If you put some good jobs down there, but I think you got to cut off China and you got to cut off all of these other places that the United States has been doing business with forever and a day and start saying, we're going to bring it right to Mexico. What's that?
Biden's owned by China. Biden's owned.
That's the problem. That's what I'm saying, right? He's owned by them. And so there's always going to be, until we can get the politicians to understand, okay, look, it would solve that problem if we created great jobs. If we just said, not even created, let the Mexican, but we say, hey, look, we're going to put business right here in Mexico. Okay. We're going to start sending all these, you know, and you guys are going to be our trade partner. And we're going to cut off China and some of these other nations. I think you would see the illegal immigration kind of slow down just naturally, because people will say, well, I don't need to leave to go and get a better job. You got a great job here and I don't have to leave my country to get it. This is great. I'm going to stay in Mexico.
I know you got to go. I just want to say, I think that you start with your closest neighbor, Kamala.
Yes.
You have that for whatever $1 billion. You start with our closest neighbor, which is Mexico. Start there and show me success stories. Show me numbers. Show me data. Show me the paperwork.
Right.
They're not even doing that.
Yep. I agree. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
So,
but, yo,
all right, my man.
Thanks a lot, Paulie, man, for bringing me on, man. Hey, anytime, Fridays sometimes a little wonky, but anytime you want to bring me on, I love having a conversation with you. Are you going to be next week? Are you going to Burbank next week? I think there's they're watching Saturday night.
I might.
Okay.
Well, you know, me and Gore, we're going to the Dodger game. We're going to the Dodger game Tuesday night. If you want to come with us. You want to come?
Did you see? Oh yeah, hell yeah, man.
What day? Go? All right. It's a bobblehead night. It's bobblehead night. It's
all right. Hit me up on X with the deets, and then I'll see if I can make it.
So me and Gore are in, and my cousin. So you could be a fourth. That'd be great.
Yeah. Let's do it, man.
You kidding me? I saw Shohei. I saw the whole thing yesterday. You kidding me?
Man, I missed it, man. I was in the car driving and I missed it. I was like, okay, I'm hurry up and get home just so I can see if he does it, because I wanted to see it happen when it happened. And then a friend of mine said he just did it and then shot me the video. And I was like, damn, I missed it. But yeah.
So,
oh yeah. Look at that.
You know, it's also my birthday Sunday. So one of our friends just gifted me MLB gift card for the store.
Nice.
And I got the Shohei 50-50 t-shirt. It's coming. And then I got the Shohei hoodie. I'm just like, oh my God. Hey, it was a single greatest performance by a baseball player ever yesterday. 6 for 6
in a single game. In a single game. He had like what? 10 RBIs.
10 RBIs.
He had
3 home runs, 2 stolen bases, runs, 6 for 6, and he broke and he created the club now, guys. 50-50. 50 home runs, 50 stolen bases. He's the greatest ever.
He's now at 51-51. Do you think he might get 60-60? He might go to 60-60.
Nah, I don't think so. I think he's got. You know what's insane is that he makes Mookie and Freddie look like normal players,
just ordinary guys, right?
And they're so crazy. They're I mean, Mookie Betts was my favorite. I love Mookie to death.
Yeah. But yeah,
but
man.
yeah, we can
Hey, yeah, send me the details, and if I can make it, I absolutely will roll out there with you guys.
Okay, yeah. All right, man. Much love, brother.
All right, chat. Take care. You guys be easy. I'll see y'all next time.
All right, have a good one.
Later.
All right, that was Derek, the DA, and I know you guys don't want to talk baseball. I could talk baseball all day long. We're gonna get to some of your starred comments, but we got 5 gifted Latino Slam memberships. Woo. El Parasito, you're a member. Pete, you're a member. Brahma Bual, you're a member. Tina is a member.
Nice.
Accidental Tourist, this is incredible. Thank you so much, Mr. Johnny. You know what? We're gonna get you that Transformers movie edition of that comic book. Have your address. I'm gonna send it to you. Lord Thoth, I'm going to send you the poster. The high-level members get phantom gifts, and that's how we do it. Now, for all you guys, let's play a couple videos.
Thank you, everybody, for still joining us. We got some new people that join us right now. Pete the Cat, what's up? Member of the channel. And Mod, what's up, bro? Hey. And we got Carlos Alfredo Lopez joining us. We got Boosh. Bonjour. Je ne parle-vous français, Boosh. Je ne parle-vous français. And we got, long time no see, Novella Princess. Hola, 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 hola. Thank you, everybody, for being here today, man. That's amazing. You know, it's always nice to get new people, just talking about the issues and seeing what happens. I mean, you got a lot of people that are basically just saying, hey, it's is there something that we could do together, coming from the left, coming from the right, and kind of making up kind of making it together and stuff, like one of the things that I think they were talking about on I said earlier that I don't know if we if Polly kind of covered or not. So is one of the things that I wanted to chat with you guys to see what you guys think. So it looks like Robert Rodriguez is making a Zorro, but it's a female Zorro. You guys check this out. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. I thought it was kind of interesting. But they're making Robert Rodriguez and his sister, I guess their studios are creating this like Zorro show or something. It's a show that was not by them. Go away. And it reads, after failing to greenlit on NBC in 2020 and the CW in 2022, already kind of gives you vibes, right? In the CW, filmmaker Robert Rodriguez gender swap reimagination of classic vigilante Zorro has found a home on CBS. Wow, CBS, great. It's a big studio. So it looks like John Havin, it's I think he's The Man Who Fell to Worse. I think that's the newer show. Has joined the process, replacing the previous Attached Santera and co-written alongside Robert Rodriguez, writer-director sister Rebecca Rodriguez. Now, I don't know too much about Rebecca's, writing and stuff, but just if you guys know what else has she done, let me know. CBS Studios and Propagate are behind the contemporary set project in which a young Latino woman discovers that her long deceased father was the legendary hero Zorro. Now she takes on this masked persona, defends the desperate citizens of her Austin, Texas community. Now, at least that part is a little bit interesting because you're taking you're taking Zorro, which is originally, it's a very California book, based on Joaquin Muneta and all that kind of stuff, and you placed her in Houston now, so it's more a contemporary
Austin.
thing, I guess. Austin,
which is yeah. Think of Austin is the San Francisco of Texas. So there you go.
Yeah, pretty much. So in the Austin community, for the wealthy, forces seeking to exploit them. And supposedly this is who is attached: Rodriguez, Ben Silverman, Rowdy Farrell, Howie T. Owens, Geoff Clark, Eric Brummer, Jay Whistler, and John Gertz are all executive produced. And the one that I didn't know, that there was a French Zorro series.
I have the trailer ready.
Oh, cool. And
which looks great. I got to tell you, that's out now.
Oh, cool. And that Valderrama still didn't give up on his Zorro series.
That one's not going to happen.
Yeah, but
go ahead.
Did you see the female Zorro show though? Because they did this before.
No. This iteration has been around Hollywood for like 5-6 years now. Of Robert Rodriguez and his sister trying to get this made. This is like the third studio now. It was at CW, it was somewhere else, and now it's CBS. So that's the story with this one trying to get made. And they've titled it, the description is a Latinx female discovers she's a relative of Zorro and tries to save Austin.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So why is it in the trade? Maybe it's in the trade because the fact that CBS gave it a green light to shoot a what do you call it? Shoot a pilot.
To the pilot. But this is the one. This is basically was the Queen of Swords was the original Zorro.
Queen of Swords is great, but It's not the original female Zorro. There's been female Zorro since the 40s.
Right, but what I'm saying is like it's the you know what I mean? Like they had and all stuff. It didn't work out,
Yeah, let's go ahead. You got Queen of Swords. I'm gonna play the
so this is Queen of Swords.
I love Queen
and you
of
guys
Swords.
can check it out on Tubi. It's free.
I think there's even an episode or two here on YouTube as well.
Oh, there's gotta be. No,
it's been up.
It's been up for a while. So I mean,
great show.
It's you got. I'm just saying, and basically what I'm saying that I always say, we got female Zorros at home. That's right.
Literally. Female Zorros at home, but apparently there's female Zorros in where there's a male Zorro in France. This is a French production. It's believe the first episode is out now on Paramount Plus. It's a Paramount Plus original. I didn't know about this dude at all, and it's already been out a couple of weeks now.
Yeah, I didn't know about it at all until I saw that article.
Right, till then we looked it up. So let's check it out.
Je vais remettre les clés de la ville à mon fils, Diego.
Let me get those caption on. I don't speak French.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh yeah, that's my wife.
Je m'appelle Pablo.
Je m'appelle Fletcher.
Je m'appelle French fries.
Je vais remettre les clés de la ville à mon fils, Diego.
Je veux diriger cette ville équitablement. Et je compte sur votre grande...
French subtitles.
What is going on here? How do I...
And French fries are called Fritz.
How do I change this?
I think you have to go to closed captions and then...
They
might also not have. But if you touch...
here we go.
No. Yeah, touch the captions and see with the language.
Right here?
Options. No, go to options. And then... Oh, where's the language? There should be one for language. Go back. There you go. No. Shouldn't
auto translate?
No, because
there
that's okay. There you go.
I mean, it's better than nothing.
Pretty much. It should do it in Finnish.
Okay, well, let's try it one more time.
Je vais remettre les clés de la ville à mon fils, Diego.
Je veux diriger cette ville équitablement. Et je compte sur votre grande popularité pour impliquer tous les notables de la ville. Dès que la ville m'aura remboursé ce qu'elle me doit...
I can't. Let me see.
Monsieur
Video.
Zorro.
Can I get a English subtitles? God. All right, forget it, guys. Let's just play it.
Just
Take
play
three. Take three.
Mon Dieu.
Ville à mon fils, Don Diego.
Je veux diriger cette ville équitablement. Et je compte sur votre grande popularité pour impliquer tous les notables de la ville. Dès que la ville m'aura remboursé ce qu'elle me doit, la ville ne possède pas le quart de cet argent. Alors comment vous allez faire?
Dégagez!
Diego, fais quelque chose!
Tu sais, on l'a toujours. Essayons. C'est pas la même matière, non?
Ce criminel avait disparu de notre
Like
ville,
an older Zorro.
mais il est revenu, plus cruel que jamais.
Bonsoir, mon amour.
Bonsoir, chérie.
Qui êtes-vous?
Zorro. On m'appelle Zorro.
My gosh, it's
Zorro?
literally play by play.
Mais mon mari peut arriver d'un instant à l'autre.
Mais non, ne vous inquiétez pas.
It's play by play of the other Zorro, even like the scenes.
Well, no. Hold on.
C'est qui ce Zorro?
Zorro.
Faites tomber la banque et reconstruisez vos maisons!
Zorro, allez!
Je sais qui est Zorro.
A new
What do you
original
think?
series.
Original series. What do you guys
New
think?
original series. So, yeah, weird. It's funny because some of the scenes look like part of the old Zorro, like the Disney one, and some of the parts look like the new Zorro because that fight scene will seem very similar to the one in the one that we saw.
Oh, the Spanish one?
Yeah, the Spanish one. The one of the jokes about the tight was also on that new show. You know, like, is this a little bit snug or something like that? That was the
Right, but
same
he's
joke.
just an older guy, though. That's
Right.
That was funny. It's a funny take. I think it looks fun. It looks like fun entertainment.
Yeah.
You look, it's definitely original to the time and place. You know, hopefully be some good action and, you know, I mean, I'm tempted to check out the, let me see, Zorro Paramount Plus.
Yeah, I think we got Paramount Plus. Might check it out.
Got Paramount Plus at home.
That's what we do.
How did we miss this? This is like,
who knew?
They announced it last March.
Yeah, it's nobody because it's Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus is already, isn't it bankrupt already? I mean, didn't somebody buy them out?
Well, they definitely didn't have any, marketing promotion money for this.
Well, maybe in France they did. There must be something that, because a lot of the French shows are, they're paid by the government to do these shows. So maybe it what is it, like Canal Plus is kind of like one of their government. Yeah, just same as says, Skydance bought Paramount recently, so maybe it's one of those things where this got lost in it, because they probably had the U.S. rights to it. Because I guarantee you, this is Canal Plus or something. And
this guy is very talented. Didn't he win an Academy Award?
Oh, I mean, I recognize a few people in that. So, and I try with all my might not to watch any French movies unless my wife gives me a chick flick point for it. So, yeah.
All right. Well, let me see if I can check out an episode and review it for you guys, and we'll get back to you. We'll get back to you.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was one of the things we wanted to cover. What else do we want to cover? Do we want to?
Well, let's see. Let me go.
I got one more political, but I have a couple of let's go to Ballerina.
Okay.
Because member of the channel, our RC from the NYC sent us this.
Okay.
This being the
poster, right?
Could be fake. You don't know. It's the poster apparently of Ballerina.
Okay.
Right? Poster leak. Ana de Armas and Ballerina poster. The joke on Twitter, if this is an actual poster, based if the poster alone, movie will be badass. Oh, movie will be ass. Oh, okay. Is this official? No, it's not official. The official title being John Wick Presents Ballerina.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so this is a
Fan-made.
Another fan-made poster.
Man, those fan-mades are getting like they're out there.
Well, let's can you guys see this pretty good now? Yeah, you guys can see this pretty good. Let's break it down, right? So apparently this is Ana de Armas. And you got her Fortune Favors the Brave right there. Fortis. Can't read the whole thing. Then you got the prayer hands of Jesus, right there.
Mm-hmm.
And she's, in a ballerina position.
Right.
But then she's in a pool of blood.
Mm-hmm. With casings on the floor.
With her, because she's got the guns there.
Right.
Casings on the floor. And then is this a rosary up here?
Yeah, it's a large, it's what do you call it? Like the Coptic priest, they have them where you wear them on your side. Like a belt.
Because they're that big, huh?
Yeah, no, you do, because those are the Orthodox. So the Orthodox priests have those. And some like sometimes during the zombie apocalypse, there wasn't a lot of Catholic churches that were open. So me and my wife, we went to the Ethiopian Coptic church one time. We went to the Armenian one and stuff like that. And these tattoos are very prevalent in the Coptic, in the Orthodox Russian and stuff like that. So it was funny because it's like a lot of Orthodox brothers and sisters, and they have like the big tats on the arms and all that stuff, and we're all like taking communion. It's like hilarious because it's like, hey, this is the mass field of John Wicks, but yeah, they have those big ones. They wear them like a belt. So I mean, it's very well done for a fan. If it's a fan or a leak, it looks like somebody that would actually
yeah, let's assume it's a fan leak,
right?
But it's well done, man.
Yeah, it's very well done. It's artistic. It's what you expect from a trailer, from an image poster, right?
Right. And go ahead.
You can see this being like a scene from the from the opening credits or something, or closing.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, it's cool. Cool. So I was gonna say is that they do this a lot with Ana de Armas as far as fan casting her and like in different stuff, or like a poster here. That came our way. Just wanted to give you guys that a little what if action there. That was kind of fun. And let me see. Got some comments here. Critical Thinker 137. How about the sacredity of Latin culture themed material shown every September? I'm continually maddened.
Yeah. It's like it's Hispanic Heritage Month, right?
Yeah. We talked about that
on
Monday's show. Yeah, it just should be every day. It should just be all the time, as far as just good content that's got Latino themes in it. Dave T. Get. Am I saying that right?
Dave T. Get.
Yeah. There's a new Zorro series on Netflix or Prime. It has two Zorros. One, the normal one, the other, a Native American female. Yeah, Dave. So it's on Prime. It came out January of this year. And we, along with Lily, we did a extensive coverage of the TV show. I believe it's 10 episodes, right, Fletcher?
Yeah, I believe it was 10 episodes. Yeah.
10 episodes. We reviewed them. We even had the executive producer here on the show with us. And we told him what we loved about it, what we didn't like about it, and he was really cool. So check out our coverage of the Zorro stuff. Yeah. So thank you, Dave.
Yeah.
Right on, man. Right on. Okay, what else do we got? So
was it again? I have my notes. So you had the Penguin
it's
episode
in
1 review.
What's that?
You had your Penguin review.
Yeah, I'll get to it, but since this is in the title, let's get to this political issue.
Okay.
¿Y qué? Latinos in Arizona and Nevada lean to Harris, but want more. Leaning to Harris, but want more. Let's read on, or let's start to read. Now, this is from Axios. Do a lot of that polling. Latinos in two crucial Western states appear hesitant to go all in for Vice President Harris, as she might as well be. She embraces border security measures popular among white swing voters in the Midwest. Why it matters. Early polls suggest Latinos in Arizona, Nevada, battleground states where immigration raids and racial profiling have been big concerns, are leaning toward Harris over Donald Trump. Let's move down. Big picture. Latinos make up 20% of the population and rising. They account for 24% of the vote in Arizona, 19% in Nevada, and are key voting bloc, and have been slowly drifting from Democrats to Republicans in recent elections. A new survey of Hispanic voters in 9 battleground states, including Arizona and Nevada, found that Harris is leading Trump 61 to 35%. All right. We've talked about this before. So this is an update. You think, wow, that's great. She's going to kill it. She's going to rock it. Let's go down here. When Democrat presidential candidates get less than 64% of the Latino vote, they typically have lost. So you got this one. This poll saying 61-35. Then you have the New York Times Siena College poll of likely voters, 55 to 41. Either way, this is terrible for Harris. Harris needs to be 66 to 70.
Mm.
And then Trump, they want Trump around 32 to 30. So depending on what poll you believe, he's either doing incredibly well, like 41%, or doing good. But either way, that's not good for the Harris campaign. Okay? So let's scroll on down. Here's this poll, shared exclusively with Axios, suggests Harris has a chance to flip the script on Trump's immigration advantage by striking the balance between immigration on all voters, a boost among Hispanic voters, but she has to do more than aggressively tout her record as a border state prosecutor and her support for the bipartisan border security bill Trump killed that we talked about. She'd also have to lay out a vision for reforming the U.S. immigration system, a vexing challenge that Congress hasn't been able to solve. Folks out there saying it's going to turn off Latino voters just couldn't be more dead wrong. What they're saying, it's important Democrats understand that you are not viewed as the good guys just because you're not Donald Trump. Pablo Rodriguez, executive director of communities for the New California Education Fund, told Axios. ¿Y qué? And what else you got? Our votes have to be earned, added Rodriguez, who has run campaigns in Arizona and Nevada. Alex O. Diaz, a Las Vegas consultant, says Harris needs to campaign in the heavily Hispanic, often neglected East Las Vegas, not just undecided voters in the areas that are mostly white suburbs. Okay, finally, these polls tell me that Latinos are still getting to know Kamala Harris, said Sisto Abeta, a political consultant of the Nevada, Texas Tri-Strategies firm who is running campaigns in Arizona and Nevada. They like her, but she has work to do. Fletcher, they like her, but she has work to do. What are your thoughts?
I mean, it's interesting that I mean, these guys are some of the guys that probably work on like those Democrat campaigns or something. Because I mean, a lot of it is like lean, like, well, it's almost like a given, but she should try it a little bit harder, even though, Nevada is basically just, they just got rid of their Democratic governor, in the last election, and, are kind of very, very, there's like a big thing like in Nevada and Arizona for, people that kind of moved from California and came in and started like pushing a lot of the California stuff in Nevada. I mean, in Vegas alone, the homeless stuff that was happening, same thing that was happening in LA, they started kind of growing and stuff, and they're just slowly trying to work that out because they were doing kind of like the same thing. They would give them their phone and to get their check and all stuff, and then we all out on the street and they couldn't do anything. So I think there's stuff that's happening in Arizona too. All the friends that I have from Arizona were all like, hey, this, it's a lot of these stuff, and even like who they're polling, people like, Telemundo, viewers and stuff like that, that lean fairly left on there because, they're, not a lot of the other Latino, like all the Latinos I know, they watch, their parents are the ones who watch, Univision Telemundo all the time. Everybody else just is on streaming, everybody's doing VIX and Tubi and all the streaming things because, it's all the same stuff on there. They just say the same things. So I'm surprised that they would put it out like that, but yeah, it doesn't surprise you that much that, they're kind of saying she has to do a lot more because you kind of hear that stuff from her camp all the time now. It's like she has to do more.
This is not good for the Harris campaign. If this is coming out, this is almost like a promotion campaign, a promotion piece to hey, she's doing good, she's doing better than we thought, but we got to do more. Come on, like her. Latinos already like her. You gotta like her more. Get to know her. If you get to know her, you really like her. It's like almost like if you're winning, you don't ask for a second debate type of thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Listen, just by kind of like the history of the vote, of way Latinos have voted, it is going to be left leaning for a long time, but it's shrinking, and you're seeing that, and that's not opinion. It's just you read the numbers. Numbers don't lie. Speaking of
numbers,
we had a poll in the chat. ¿Qué pasó?
Well, it looks like poll in the chat. Will you be watching Penguin Show? Overwhelmingly amount of you said yes, with monocle and an umbrella. Nice. Number 2 was no. We got Penguinos at home with 22%. 3, waiting for Polly's review, 20%, and no, they can. Why can't they make a Batman show? It came in 3 and 18%.
Poll complete, 70 votes. Nice, guys. Nice. Yeah. Well, let's do let me do my episode 1 kind of non-spoiler take. But thank you guys so much for voting here on this. 38%. That's you kind of surprised by that?
Yeah, I was surprised because not many people are talking about it. I just started seeing people talking about it again when it just dropped. It wasn't a lot of people talking about it beforehand. When it first got out, everybody was talking a little bit about it, but then it kind of like dropped off and nobody heard anything. And then it's like, well, it's dropping tomorrow. And now everybody had had a little bit of a thing about it. So, and I've heard good things about it. So it looks like people are, getting back hype about it, which it's interesting to see how that would affect maybe Batman too, the Batman.
Right. And are you going to see it?
I don't know. I'm thinking about it. It's, I have like a long list of things that I want to see. It's not on the up there on it. So we'll see. maybe I'll do the 3 waiting for Paula's review.
Ah. All right, well, let's get to it right now then.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Okay, let me bring this up a little bit. Thank you guys for still hanging out with us. We got over 50 people combined on X and YouTube. And it's been another great show. So we saw episode 1 of The Penguin called After Hours. This takes place a few weeks after the last events of the movie, The Batman. They do a very quick blended recap of the ending of The Batman in episode 1, even with the score from that film. And soon as real time picks up, they change in score and in tone. It stars Colin Farrell as Oz and Christian Milioti, I believe that's how you say her name, as Sophia Falcone. So I was pleasantly surprised. It had a slow beginning for me, but story-wise, everything paid off that was established in the first part of this episode. And my God, did it pick up. What a incredible first step in this limited series. Of course, it's shot well, it's shot beautifully. And the take here is that Oz came from nothing to become, who he is now and where he's going, because eventually he's going to take over the city. He's going to take over, and how he works and kind of gets out of scrapes by his wit and by luck. You're seeing that in this first episode. You're also seeing him mentor a young kid who initially tries to rob him, which is funny. But clearly the episode and what I assume the series is going to really anchor itself on is the relationship between these two characters, Falcone and Oz. And Kristen's take on this, she scared the bejeebers out of me. She's just recently out of Arkham, and you can tell. These are not nice people. They're menacing. It is so good, guys, in that regards of really juicy characters. Like I said, it had a bit of a slow start for me, but I realized it was just kind of that grounded storytelling that picks itself up, because towards the end of the episode, it gets a little more super villainy, if that makes any sense. But it's always rooted, even with Colin's prosthetics and all the looks and all that stuff. You don't doubt it for a second. You don't doubt it for a second. He has this amazing scene with his mother as well. The mother has a good co-starring a couple of scenes in there in regards to reminding Oz, who at that moment in the first episode, he wants to run, he wants to bail, he wants to take his mom and get out of town, and she reminds him who he is. That was a fantastic scene. I was very pleasantly surprised. Like I said, Kristen Milioti is a absolute standout in this. She shows up halfway through, but then it's like, wow. And that's what is so interesting, is that you're not dealing with good people in regards to like a hero and a villain. You're dealing with a villain and a sicker villain. Who's gonna win, so to speak? So that is a really interesting setup in regards to the Penguin and Oz taking down the Falcones, and these other crime bosses, including the great Clancy Brown, who he visits in prison. And there's a great twist that he adds with the Clancy Brown character in the first episode. Again, Colin's menacing. It's not the problems I had with the Batman was that it was tones and the lighting were almost too dark for me. I never had that problem here. So don't think that it's a ripoff in regards to look and feel of the Batman and Matt Reeves. Matt Reeves is just the executive producer in this, but it's got its own look, its own feel, its own colors are great. It's actually a little more vibrant than I thought it would be. So that being said, it got my excitement for the next episode. And what HBO does well is that they do appointment television. So you have to wait a whole nother week for this. So that is my quick takes on episode 1, After Hours, starring Colin Farrell. I recommend it. Like I said, a little bit of a slow burn at the beginning. But the odd choices of what he's doing shows a lot of his character. So yeah, it's good to see some television like that on HBO Max. It's my review. Yeah,
nice.
Man. Yeah.
Nice.
Nice.
Do you think it's going to do well?
I think it's going to do very well.
Nice.
And what's interesting is that it's better than good because the mainstream media is already calling it a Trumpian, take. They don't like that he's so toxic male. I mean, I didn't say this. They have bad words in it.
Well, it's rated R, right?
Yeah, it's rated R. It's not PC at all, which is great because it wouldn't be a Gotham story, so to speak, if it was. It's so in that regard, it's nice and gritty. And I think it's going to do very well. Andre of Midnight's Edge loved it. I think we're gonna get the word out that this is a really decent show. Well, hey, really good first episode, and you're right, because me and Romy were looking forward to this because I didn't say this in my review, but we know the consulting producer, and she's an incredible writer. The stuff she's created and for other networks. So we were very excited, but it kind of went away once you saw the trailer a few months ago. It's like, okay, it looks great, but then no one was talking about it.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Do you think this is gonna bring up maybe some other Batman villains told in a way that it's not very Batman-ing?
Well, I like the way Andre was talking about it because he's like, listen, I really as he was saying, as a Batman, hardcore fan, I really oppose the Matt Reeves universe.
Right.
But he's like, that being said, this was brilliant. Those are his words. Now, I see this as a connection to Batman 2.
Okay.
The Batman 2. I think that's why Reeves was working so hard on this one, to get the right creative people in here. I don't know about other characters or who else they're gonna bring in as cameos, but there's another thing too. There's no mention of the name Bruce Wayne or Batman at all in episode 1. This is they've completely. There's something that happens, a challenge that happens that he has to deal with. And it has to do with the other crime families and how they view him. Because his whole life, people have always underestimated him. And that really comes out a lot.
Right.
I love that. I really like that.
No robotic penguins, no umbrella.
Nope.
No,
none of that. I think there's an umbrella. No, there's an umbrella because it was raining. But you have his waddle. You know, because they show his messed up foot and leg.
Any purple at all, or like regal clothes? Yeah,
there is purple, and you know what? Thank you for. Let me see. Let me bring up that. I have a photo. It's like a press shot. I put it up on our community tab. Do I still have it? I don't know if I have it here. But and that's his car. His car is a dark purple. Then he wears purple. And there's even, you know, she points it out, Christian's character, and it's pretty funny. You know, I like that touch, but it wasn't like bright, if that makes sense.
Oh yeah.
You know, it was nice and muted. And let me see if I can find her.
But the whole thing looks, you know, like it's more of a, like, what if the Sopranos was shot in Gotham or something, you know?
Yeah, no, not at all.
Well, how would you describe it then?
Well, it's still very much, you know, comic book story. So, you know, the action is heightened. They never had action like this in the Sopranos.
So,
go ahead.
But so it's because that's the thing that I'm confused with it, because everything that I've read about it so far, they said it's kind of like pacing itself out of the comic genre. But you're saying no, it is grounded.
Well,
in
it's
the
balancing itself. It's balancing itself. You know, that's what I'm saying. There are super villainy moments in this that you wouldn't see. Oh, here's the photos I was looking for. You just wouldn't see in a Sopranos. I think they just kind of said that maybe because both are anti-heroes and fat and Italian.
Oh no, what I'm saying is, you know, it's rated R, people cuss, it's a lot of crime. There's you know, stuff like that. I'm just you know, pick a gangster genre type deal.
Right. It's like a gangster
Gotham.
It's a gangster Gotham, little you know, little bit of comic booky.
Okay, so there's comedy in it, or is there like, and it's like
there's levity in it. There's a lot, and then the situations are like, you know, him mentoring a young guy, a young robber. You know, that's cool. You know, that's kind of like, you know, out of a comic book. You know, it's so here she is like a press shot, but that's the car. And let me see. I think the other one you can see a little bit more. There you go. See the purple?
Yeah. Looks like a Dodge or something.
That's the car he drives. Really cool. Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. But definitely worth to see. I mean, it's I actually think Gandolfini would have made an exit Penguin. Rest in peace, James Gunn. Rest in peace. Hey, if you want to check out anything with Gandolfini, they have the Wise Guy. It's a 2-episodic documentary on David Chase and how he got The Sopranos made. It's incredible. It's out right now. Equalizer. I'm watching it for sure. That's it. Batman. Just wish to keep making money train going. Well, yeah, that's true. Listen, I think this is going to be very successful. And like I said, there's been a couple of really strange reviews. Then they keep connecting the show to Trump. I'm like, what is going on? You know what I mean?
Right, but anything that's supposedly male and toxic, you know.
Right, like Trumpian. It's just like, why are we doing this? You know.
It's the part on course of modern day journalism.
Yeah, I guess so. It's kind of just totally surprised me, you know. And they brought it up today on Midnight's Edge as far as the time review. You know.
So Time did a hit piece on it. Because I think that what was it? Some people were saying it's like a comic book movie, the show with no interest in comic books.
HBO's The Penguin is a stylish, dumbed-down Trump allegory that speaks to TV's decline.
They didn't get the check.
They did not get the check, no. So, yeah. I think it's a really, really good first episode, and it definitely makes me want to see the next one.
Do you know how much all this kind of costs or something? Is it, I know HBO, they have money, so
I don't know.
They're not worried about that. They're willing to put some money in.
I don't know. I'm gonna see when our friend can talk about it, and maybe we can get a little interview with her.
Oh, okay, cool.
She'd be great. I do know that they brought her in after Zaslav, like Zaslav brought her in, so that was interesting. So, all right, my friend. What else do we have left?
Well,
I think we got memes, buddy. And then we're out of here.
Yeah. So you got that.
And then we got to talk about what we're doing this weekend. Okay, here we go. Here's the first meme, political memes, crazy memes that Fletcher brought together. Bam.
Bam.
Hi. My name is successful Hollywood actress, and I am here to lecture you about the wage gap and how much more privilege you have than me.
So
Come
true.
on, man. What's going on here?
It's so true. Well, I think they posted this when I think it was Billie Eilish. Is that her name? Billie Eilish? How do you say
Billie
it?
Eilish.
It's Eilish. All right.
Eilish.
Yeah.
Eilish. Yes.
Yeah. So it's that lady said, they were pushing it for it. So it's like, it's funny because, millionaire movie stars, like, yeah, we're the resistance. We agree with every corporation if you're a millionaire, and all the corporations all agree that.
Right.
You have a lot of privilege, son.
I just like that this guy is like, he's probably on his break.
Yeah.
He's got his hands in his pocket, smoking a cigarette, like totally minding his own business. And then this one comes in with the finger.
Yeah. It's like, excuse me. Wow. Actually.
Excuse me. That's funny. That's great. Ooh, Lily. Ooh, we got the Lily review.
We got the Lily review?
What? All right, here we go. We have the Lily review. You guys ready for her take on the Penguin?
Oh, okay. She did one for the Penguin.
Here we go. The Penguin is great. I'm pleasantly surprised. It started off a little slow, but the last half really picked up. It's starting off a great mob show. There's murder, betrayal, drugs, and dead bodies. Colin Farrell is phenomenal. I'm fully in on this one.
Nice.
There you go. What should we say? What should we say? Slant. Approve. Yeah, she's great on X. You guys get to follow her, check her out. But now back to memes. 2024, white dudes for Harris.
Always representing.
Wait, okay, hold on here. This guy looks like first of all, why is he in a cop car? Why is there it looks like he's being arrested? This guy looks like a surfer.
Yeah, he's one of the guys who took some shots of the president of Florida.
Oh, this is him?
That's him.
I was wondering why like white dudes for hair. Oh man, that's just wrong. You're wrong, dude.
I don't make
wrong.
memes.
Wow. It's not me. It's the memes. So, are you saying like don't shoot the memes?
Don't come get me, Gavin Newsom.
Wow.
I'm just
That's all of
sharing.
him. All of me. Why not take all of me? Knock knock.
Who is there?
Owen.
Owen who?
Owen 2. How did you get that? Did someone find that picture of her?
Yeah, that I don't know. There's so many like pictures sometimes that are like thinking, is this a deep fake? But then you see the picture where they got it, and then I'm like, okay, that's not. So I don't know. There was even some really like questionable ones because I always try to find like something on the left, but it's like, oh man, it's like the left sometimes really can't really meme, but yeah, they've been on the right, man. They're just vicious because they're going out. The new one is like when she's, I guess she's looking up and like part of the skin in her neck looks a little unusual, and so now everybody made like stuff like like you remember like what was that one Arnold Schwarzenegger film where he goes to Mars?
Right. Total Recall.
Total Recall. They have like the creature coming out of her neck. They have a Doritos commercial.
Yeah.
Oh man,
that's
like,
not right.
I was like, okay, I can't do that to him. So
no, that's not right.
So, but man, those are all over the place now. Those are like the ones.
This is a good one though. This is a good one. It's funny. All right. Kamala's Haitian Grill, featuring cats, dogs, and geese. We'll cook anything. Kamala's Haitian Grill.
That one was funny.
Dogs on the left. I mean,
some geese, cat.
What's wrong with you,
Fletcher?
What's wrong with you?
Oh, that kills the Haitian parties.
So I mean, aren't your Haitian relatives not happy with this stuff?
No, those because they're all like all these people making us have a bad name.
So you're saying this is uplifting?
Yeah, that's very much so. It's making fun of them. That they're saying that you can't make fun of it.
Wait, I'm confused. Can we or can we not make fun of the Haitian situation?
Well, I think you can make fun of any situation if it's done well.
Wow. Where can we find this restaurant and what are the hours it's open?
That I am not sure because she keeps moving it around and it changes. So if it's like
crafty,
nothing in East LA, then it's gonna be tacos, So Kamala's Taco Grill, and if she goes to, if she goes back east, is just it's like gonna be some hot dogs and stuff like that, and then it's gonna be Kamala's Pujambi Grill. You never know.
Yeah, RFK actually had a cooked dog. What are they talking about? I have no idea. Critical, and I don't want to know. And finally, it's that time of season, Fletcher.
That's the time.
Here we go. It is we're coming up on the fall, guys. I think when's the first day of fall?
I have no clue.
Day of fall. I think it's like tomorrow.
Is it?
It's on my birthday.
Are you gonna wear like the manta and have the chocolate?
2 days, everybody. It's in 2 days. So it's time for what do we got here? We got tamales, pan dulce. We got we have the tiger
blankets.
Tiger blanket, and then abuelita's what's that?
That's hot chocolate.
Yeah, man. That is beautiful. Okay, thanks for the memes. Lots of fun. What do we got this weekend? We have an action-packed weekend for you. Go ahead, Fletcher. Take it away.
Action-packed. So we're gonna have tomorrow. We have on Midnight Edge Espanol. We're gonna member stream. We will be watching a awesome luchador feature. This one's in color. I was trying to find like a color one for you guys. So it's gonna be them against the Bermuda Triangle. And then on Saturday, we got somebody's birthday. I don't remember who it is, but supposedly it's going to be somebody's birthday. He's going to be turning 40. And
54, dude. Don't be listen, when you start
34.
getting this old, you have to start claiming it. It's like that's right.
What's that? Name it and claim it.
Yeah, man. Yeah. It is this Sunday. Okay, so tomorrow we have the Luchador watch along party, so everyone's invited. I'm thinking of maybe we'll do a slant to multicast. What do you think?
It's up to you. You're the boss, bro.
Oh my god,
boss.
Oh my god. And
Hey,
then
birthday wish is already coming in.
Hey, Sin. Thank you, sweetheart. Then this Sunday, it's Polly's birthday fiesta live special guests and mas. Feliz cumpleaños. That's from me, from Bandit, and Mr. Butters.
Boom.
That is my favorite shot of Bandit.
He's like,
oh my god, that is so cute. I can't stand it. Can't stand it. Bandit, what's up? What are you doing? Up. Come over here. Everyone wants to see you. Come on.
no, I got no attention. Everybody's always talking about Mr. Butters.
This handsome dude.
Uh,
What's up, Bubba? You hanging out? You having a good time? You having a good time?
You got snacks?
Saying, all right, I want everyone to come Sunday to Pop-Pop's birthday party. We're going to have treats. We're going to have kisses and hugs. And so much more. Love you, boy. All right. There you have it, Fletch.
Boom.
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 Party time.
Party time. Excellent.
Party time. Welcome to 54 Club. Hey, all right, Pete.
Nice.
Come and stop by Sunday. Gonna have some friends of ours coming by. Some friends of ours. Hey, how you doing?
Friends are gonna show up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Forget about it.
Wazamata, 98 degrees here in Texas today. In other words, fall has begun. What's up, Wazamata?
Yeah, it's
member of the channel.
It's like 80s here, but it's nice. It's 84 in Vegas. So, but tomorrow's probably gonna be like 90, I think.
Wait, you're back in Vegas?
No, not yet. I'm still.
Got Vegas at home.
I got Vegas at home. But
it's 75 degrees here. So nice.
Nice. Yeah. Cali weather, man. Yeah. I missed that one.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, we did a lot, had a lot of fun.
Yes.
We'll see you tomorrow. We'll see you Sunday. And right now, when we end this, you'll get redirected to a new video from Fletcher.
Yeah.
Want to thank everyone in the chat. Want to thank the members, the 5 new members, as well as Johnny Gonzalez for the gifting the 5 members. And we will be sending out to Lord Thoth and Johnny some Transformers fun.
Cool.
Okay, say adios.
Adios.